Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we have the grand finals of the Central Michigan Chippewas Nace playoffs. We have our team is going to be playing against the Florida Tech Wildcats. Florida Tech Wildcats in what is sure to be an incredible game. If you've tuned in before, first of all, thank you for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time watching, just know that this is the game to watch.
Yes, definitely.
The last time these two teams met, it was 13-11 for map 1. It was 14-12 on map 2, and it was 13-11 on map 3. That gives us 6 points between the entire series, a difference between these two teams. The absolute bare minimum, which means that it is as close as this game could possibly be. My name is VGL Bobcat, joined here by my wonderful co-host Carley, and we are going to be your guides throughout this amazing game this is going to be.
Grand finals.
We're taking a look at our map picks here. We're going to see that we've got some really interesting stuff going on. Ascent's going to be banned. Icebox is going to be banned. We got Pearl and Lotus are out. Haven's going to be our map 1. Split is going to be our map 2. And Fracture is our map 3. The takeaways that I'm going to see from this is Ascent being out is a little scary from CMU, especially because it's their first map. CMU this weekend played against Ferris State, U of M, and Grand Valley State University in a invitational. That was a really, really cool game. Their closest games that I saw. Our team played incredibly. We only got second place, but that's still... there were still some amazing plays that were played from our entire team. So they've got that weekend of some really strong gameplay, some really tough competition to be driving themselves into this game. They're going to be all ready and set to go. Ascent was the map they played against U of M in the grand finals of that invitational, and Ascent was the map that they took, and they looked really, really good on it too. So I'm surprised to see that that's out.
I know, I was surprised too, because they are very strong on Ascent. They always are really good on Ascent, so that is unfortunate, but the other maps that they did pick, we also have seen really good things from.
For sure. I see that Haven, Split, and Fracture being our first 3. A lot of green here in those 3 pictures. They kind of blend together. Haven and Split are, of course, classics in this game. Fracture just came into the map pool a little bit ago, and CMU has had issues with this map in the past.
Yes, they definitely have. It's definitely been a lot of close calls, and we have had some struggles getting victory on this one.
The last time that CMU and FTU played, it was this exact same map pool. Haven, Split, and Fracture were the exact same maps. And what's important to note here, the last time we played this, Fracture was won by Florida Tech, and the other 2 were won by CMU. So we're going to be really interesting to see if CMU is able to repeat that exact same thing, because that means we would have a 2-0 and we'd be out of this in no time. Yeah. Looks like we got the game coming up here. Our teams are really eager to get this started.
Yes.
So we're going to throw over that and
right
see what we got.
And it looks like we'll be starting on Split here.
And taking a look at these map picks, it's going to be, or not map picks, excuse me, character picks. It's going to be a double controller comp here from Bannable and Hound playing the Viper and the Omen, which makes a lot of sense. That's a lot what I saw in the last map, or the last time they played on Split over this weekend. So it seems that this is going to be exactly what we're looking for. I'm looking forward to seeing Jay on the Rays. I think that Rays can do some really cool movement stuff, and I'm looking to see him fry a little bit. I'm looking to see him pop off. Yeah. Last time, I remember way, way back, the first game that I ever produced for CMU was on Split, and Jay went crazy at it. So I'd love for this to be a beautiful bookend for those.
Yeah, definitely.
Over on FTU's side, Florida Tech, we got a double initiator or double duelist comp with the Yoru and the Rays, which means that they're probably gonna be pretty strong in this attack.
Yeah, definitely.
But of course, strong on the attack means they don't got as much to defend with. The great thing about Viper here is you can control that middle section of the map really easily. Her ultimate is great for coverage.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think she's one of the best agents for taking keeping the space. Yeah.
And so I'm gonna be really interested to see how CMU plays that, because of course there's Split's one of those maps that's been in this game for basically, I'm pretty sure, since launch. Ascent was the first map, but Split was following it very shortly. So the game plan of how you play this has been set, and from what I understand, CMU's got the right idea here.
Yeah, I agree. And BeefStroganoff on Cypher, I know that he has been practicing with that, so I'm expecting to see good things with that too.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. It's, of course, a lot to show here on map 1. It could be, this is the thing that sets the tempo for the rest of this game. Both of our teams, super fresh, nothing shaking them. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, this pistol round is really important for both teams. This can get you the first round and the second round because you get good economy. So really important to get this win here for Central.
Florida Tech setting up for a full push onto A, and CMU's got 3 people over. Well, I say 3, but BeefStroganoff's running over to cover some more space. It's going to be just 2 over on A to hold strong against the Panthers here as we push in. And so Jay's got it covered, Spad's got it covered. I believe in them. I think they can do it. And so, of course, they've got Spad's got a little bit of armor. He's going to take a few hits so he can, if he gets shot, it's not the end-all, be-all. We can get out of here. Let's see what happens as that wall drops, and our team's playing here.
Yeah.
Spencer waiting to see what's happening. Jay knows what's going on, but a beautiful angle there. Yeah, beautiful angle, not clear, but make it a 3-piece.
Getting 3!
Nice.
That was amazing. Beautiful shots from Jay there.
And that's, I mean, those 3-piece from Jay basically does exactly what they need to. You can see that Cypher there from Florida Tech is hiding in the corner as the rest of CMU comes in to take over. There's the drop. Blind.
Boom.
That's map 1.
That was beautifully executed. Worked out perfectly. Jay with those really good aim here.
For sure. I mean, his mechanics, he's looking like he's super hot here. He's on top of it. Jay's, and I mean, he takes that 3-piece and he's going to buy that Outlaw and a regenning shield, which means he can... I mean, if he sets up on that exact same place, he can just pick them off one by one because Florida Tech has no armor.
Yeah, their economy, we should win this next round, getting us to 2-0, hopefully.
Don't say should we try, well, crazy things happen, so I'm wary about, saying we should win this because, who knows.
Yeah, with the economy, we have the advantage, so.
It's going to be Florida Tech pushing up through mid here. We're going to be changing their idea, but that smoke's going to tell a lot of what CMU needs to know. Beautiful first pick by Jay is going to completely shut this off of anything else being a mid push.
Beef getting the next one.
And that's the spike too, which means that they have to push into this to grab that spike to be able to play the objective.
Beef's able to connect another one.
And the Yoru took the TP, was going to push him way back over to A, which means that CMU is going to have to, they're going to clear out here, and it gives Florida Tech an extra chance to get over to that other side. Mike is going to be trying to creep in here, pushing through.
Yeah, 1v5 though, it's going to be really hard for Florida Tech to come back from this.
For sure. I definitely think that this is kind of a miracle moment with a classic and no armor and 78 health. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, CMU, the worst case scenario would be that Mike gets a pick, gets something that's going to hurt CMU's economy in this next round. Jay's using the blast pack to go in nice and fast.
Ooh, beautiful shot again. Yeah.
Line it up like a bowling pin. That's 2-0 for your Chippewas.
Yeah, both of these have been executed so well. The team has been working very well together and staying in a group when they need to and splitting up when they need to, which is lovely to see.
What I'm looking for here, what this means for CMU is that the first 2 rounds gives us our confidence to start this game off. That's exactly what I want to see. Now comes the important bonus round.
Yes.
Because CMU's going to just save their save all of their rifles, not buy anything else. And if they can win this, that does incredible things for our economy. Because if you look over at Florida Tech, that's 0 credits on Juicy, that's 0 credits on Squeevis.
That is a funny name.
Yeah, but which means that if CMU can win this round here with their rifles, they've got all the money in the bank to do what they want to. Yeah. Doors dropping. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I do have to say I'm loving the names of Florida Tech. Satanic Monk is definitely an interesting choice. Jay already trying to get some shots, but is forced out from some util.
It's fine. A little bit of aggression never hurt anyone. Florida Tech doesn't have the spike yet, so all of this push is just going to be trying to push information, trying to get map control here as they push them through. Animals. Ooh, first pick going the way of Florida Tech by from Satanic Monk. Make it 2 here. It's going to be a strong push for Florida Tech in this round.
Yeah, and unfortunately our other players are just getting hit with util after util. Not being able to do much right now, just getting blinded over and over again.
Ooh, almost got 2 there for Hound. But.
Yeah, it's really close.
And now it is just, I mean, Florida Tech seems like they're pretty beat up. Both the Omen and Antidote here have not much health. BeefStroganoff's on full with a Phantom, which means he could do it. All it is a few shots and that's down for those 2 players making a 1v1. Let's see what happens if that spike goes down.
Yeah, definitely hoping that he will be able to connect these shots before the other team can, because that really will determine if he's able to win this round.
Ooh, he almost missed the peak. Slow and quiet's the way that BeefStroganoff wants to play this.
Yeah. Just running out of time. He does not see the person above.
He does see it, but he's...
Oh
no! That was
just
so close.
Just gets hit with so much util, gets stuck there.
7 health on Satanic Monk. I swear 1 bullet would have been all he needed.
Yeah.
But when you're concussed like that, you can only fire so slowly. It just makes it so difficult to get that closing pick that you need. Yeah. Well, it's 2-1 now, which means Florida Tech's first point on board.
Yeah. We're running into more of an equal economy this time. So should see really what these teams are up against and see how they play now that it's more even. Not
quite a full buy on either team as Squeevis and BeefStroganoff and Spad don't have the right armor to be a full buy, but this is about close enough. So we're going to see what this team looks like. Both these teams look like on equal footing, just like you said.
Definitely hoping to see some strong things from Central here. Looks like they are really spread out, and it also looks like Florida Tech is really spread out.
That's fine. You want to take it piece by piece. The middle of the point here is the middle of the map here is the most important. So that trade there is also going to be super pivotal here to see which side Florida Tech decides to pivot to.
Yeah.
Spike is over towards B, you know, not picked up still, which seems to be maybe the playbook for Florida Tech, but because I mean they can't really take all of A and then have to go back and get the spike. That doesn't really work out.
Yeah, looks like they're just gonna push up through mid right now.
But CMU has made the call to slow it down, pump the brakes, and just wait and see. Wait for Florida Tech to come into them. We see Bannable over on BA or B high.
Yeah.
Jay's gonna use his ultimate. Not gonna get anything, but it's a good way to clear that space just in case. And now it's a 2v or 3v4 on the side.
We have the upper hand now.
And Hound's gonna be blinded. A little bit difficult to push in. Looks like all of Florida Tech is gonna be spread out on this point. But
oh, dang! Yeah, connecting those shots at the beginning was really well done, though. Hound.
Down goes the spike, which means it's not over yet. It's gonna be a 3v2, and I mean, one misplay here from CMU could even this up, just like as I say it. Oh no! What was in favor of CMU is kind of gone even.
Oh,
so close.
That was a very close round, and now
Juicy's,
it ties things up.
Juicy clutching up there is gonna make it 2-on-2 and a completely even across the board. I mean, that's exactly what we were thinking we were gonna see. I mean, don't give Florida Tech. CMU might be up 2, but don't count Florida Tech out ever on this game.
Yeah, definitely. Again, in the past, we've seen these two teams play very close, so yeah, definitely expecting to continue seeing that here.
CMU's gonna be saving a little bit. Definitely gonna have some weapons to do maybe something. But they're trying to just save up their shackles, save up the money for the next round here.
Yeah.
It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Especially when you're down 1, you just wanna don't worry about spending money. You don't have to force buy. Just like it's gonna be the overall. I would say a default, but then I look over on A with the with Jay and Spencer. Never mind. I should stop talking because Bannable just got taken out on mid.
Unfortunately.
Losing mid like that gives Florida Tech the ability to push up through there pretty much uncontested and go where they like.
Yeah.
They're not going to choose to do that as they go all the way, all 5 of them are running straight on a B.
Yeah, it's going to be a retake for Central here. It's going to be a little bit harder now that they're one man down.
Yeah, for sure. All stacked up pretty heavily. I mean, you could see Aiden down there pushing up to try to go for a flank. Looks like he and Spencer might be going for that too. It'll be interesting to see where those players collapse. The timing is very important here as Central Michigan takes from top to distract from what's going on down below. Out comes the flood. Spencer with 2 is going to be enough damage. Ooh.
Already down to a 2v2. The last 2 players on Florida Tech, though, do have their ults.
And Jay just with an unfortunate rifle that's going to swap it out. He needs something with more punch. 1v1. He's got it. He's got it good. Unfortunately,
not able to get the spike in time, though, giving Florida Tech the win there.
No worries. It's fine. I mean, it's a good clutch, but unfortunately, it's going to be another point over to Florida Tech, who's going to take the lead now. Yeah. And with that buy, I mean, the buy that would have been a thrifty, so it gives CMU a little bit more money. But still not a ton. You know, it's like 650, 600, 450, things like that. They don't got a ton of money in the bank, which means if they're investing like this, they need to win this round.
Yes, definitely. And now we have a lot of ults on the board, so we can definitely see some more util going through here, which I hope to see because it's very beneficial for both teams.
For sure. It's going to be a one-way setup for Bannable, which... No, they're going to see Mike running through here invisible. Until he's in the area, but not... Oh, what a beautiful setup.
Unfortunately, that ult just not... Bannable, unfortunately, not being able to see him.
You know, the unfortunate is he got concussed, and so he couldn't return fire to be able to stop that when he came out of the invisibility. A really good, you know, kind of setup from Florida Tech there, which I imagine that's gonna be something that's a reoccurring theme with the breach utility and the Yori ult. So, hey, got him killed. So I would say they do it as many times as they can.
Looks like the teams decided to split up a little bit more, half going down mid, half going through B. For Florida Tech. The
ult coming out from BeefStroganoff is going to be really important for CMU to be able to figure out what's going on here, get some information on players on the board. As that spike goes down, it's going to be a fight for B.
Yeah, looks like everybody's just trying to take their time, waiting for something to happen here. It's going to really depend who sees who's first.
Time! That's so unfortunate to swing
Yes.
out like that. Juicy was ready for it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, 1-1,
Just
Central
it.
Michigan falls to Florida Tech University 4-2 in favor of the Panthers.
Yeah, it just seems like it just seems like we're not connecting our shots just as much as the other team, and unfortunately, just having some bad luck with checking angles.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I mean, if you know, Central looks the other way instead of the way they looked first,
yeah.
that maybe would have gotten that kill. Juicy was just set up ready. He knows which angle they're probably coming from, so makes it really easy to kind of. You don't gotta choose. You just pick which one. Central Michigan still a little bit on a save here, not able to do a full buy. It's kind of a half buy, grab a few picks, upgrade their rifles, and see what they can do with it.
Yeah, definitely. Which is unfortunate to see here because we really do need a win here.
We're looking at our ultimate. You can see that both Omens have their ults online. Oh, I should stop talking because it's a big fight in mid. Ooh, that grenade kill for Spad is so unlucky. It's going to bring that down 2 players. Florida Tech's up 1, grabs the spike. They're pushing it through mid.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately that intense battle did not come out in our favor.
Yeah. It's going to be... Oh, I thought they were pushing through mid. No,
Yeah,
they're just
looks like
rotating
they're
all
going
the
to
way over to A, which Spencer, or not Spencer, but Stroganoff is going to be ready to go there. He's got all of his util and ready to go. That camera's going to be, exactly what we're looking for. He's going to be able to see him as they push in, which means... Because he's kind of tucked around the corner. He knows that they're coming. He's going to take out his thing. He's ready to see what happens.
And it looks like his team is coming to join him. Will it be in time, though?
No. One shot from the Vandal, the Vandal there is going to be exactly what you need to shut him down. Oh, Jay, just a little bit faster, would have been able to maybe grab that pick, and now it's going to be Jay and Hound here against the world.
Yeah, unfortunately, now that we just don't have the numbers here to really do much damage.
Close, yeah. Unlucky. That's fine. It's a 1v1, you know.
Yeah.
Not much you can do. It's going to be, I mean, is that 5 rounds in a row that Florida Tech's gotten? They seem to be kind of on a roll here.
Yeah, we really need to get our momentum up.
Okay, you know.
Yep, looks like we're calling a timeout.
Good, exactly what we want to see.
I think this is the perfect time to call a timeout because, yes, like I was just saying, we need to get our momentum up after losing 5 times in a row.
Yep.
I think definitely some of our confidence is going down.
Pump the brakes and see what happens here. That's going to be, okay, just breathe.
Yes.
Let yourselves reset. We can see that Jay's going to be getting a operator here, which he's made it sing before. Let's see if he does it again. Because, but it's a full buy here, except for Jay who can't afford it with that operator.
Yeah.
Just breathe, reset. It's all going to be okay.
But we also do know that Florida Tech did choose their agents to be more attack-sided. They have the advantage here. So I am wondering if Central Michigan can survive trying to keep it even during this attack, if they will do a lot better. I mean, during this defense, they'll do a lot better once they are put on attack.
Yeah, once we swap sides. And, I mean, it's very possible. We'll see what happens. You know, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. They were looking to, Florida Tech's were looking to have a really strong attack phase and then just get a few rounds to finish it out.
Yeah.
And so whereas, the double controller comp can allow you to play a little bit more slow, but it's a little bit more general. You can take it, it's not necessarily all defense or all offense favored. You can, versus if you had like a double sentinel or something like that, which is be entirely defense sided.
Yeah.
So this gives CMU a little bit more chance to play a slower game, but a longer game with support. Holy, what a util dump from Florida Tech.
Spad had no chance from that, getting lined up, getting hit with 3 separate things.
I think, I mean, that was a huge ult dump there. It's going to be, they started off with 3 on each side, but Florida Tech used 2 of those ultimates to just drive their way all the way onto A and force CMU out. Hound grabbing a nice 2-piece.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Woo, let's see if he can make it one more for 4.
Oh.
Not quite. It's going to be even, not quite even. Oh. Good TP there just to get some information.
Oh, beautiful shot from Jay.
Great there.
Bringing it 3v1.
Yeah, that smoke was up just a little bit too long. There's a little brief window that Jay was able to take the opportunity up. There's the defuse for half. He's looking to stick it all the way. Oh, it's just 1!
Oh!
So it's so close.
That is painful to see.
Yeah, and I mean, a really impressive clutch. I think CMU just needed to swing out just a little bit faster, try to attack him from both angles if they could. The timing just seemed like slightly off there, and that's what cost them the round. When you get into grand finals like this, when both of these teams are so strong, those are the things that get you. Those tiny little slip-ups, those tiny little mistimings. That's the difference between a 2-6 and a 3-5.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really unfortunate to see there. us having such a strong start, but I'm hoping that we can use some of that momentum in the last round and bring it into this one.
If CMU were to win, just bolster themselves up, they could keep this tied. 4 rounds left in this half, could be a 6-6 on either way, which would be exactly what CMU wants here. But we'll see if that can come to fruition as we got a big fight coming in through mid.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
I swear, every time I say something, they just back off and they're just like, never mind, no.
It's like they can sense that it's about to be a fight and they're like, nope. Jay
that's...
trying to defend, but...
Yeah, he's got all that utility. He's going to force him in a corner. Gotta get out. Okay, Hound's got him covered if something were to try to push off of that. But B is still going to be secured. There's going to be a little bit of utility dumped. You know, you've got a smoke up on mid from the Omen on Florida Tech. It's going to be trying to push. And looks like, okay, doesn't seem like Mike and Antidote are super confident in pushing that. They're going to wait for more of their team to push up through mid to secure that place.
Yeah, definitely.
And we see, you know, Spencer's looking a little easy over on A. He doesn't have too much of a sign for him to stick around. He's probably thinking about... Oh, he's just jiggle peeking. Never mind. He's just trying to see if he can get some info. That utility dump.
Oh!
So close. It's 2 for CMU.
Hound just... They're ready to hit them. Beautiful there.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, the spray on that gun. Make it nice. Good job.
Wow, Hound's getting these shots here. We've been seeing him do a lot recently.
Yeah, I mean, this is all set up to be a beautiful thrifty here from CMU. Not quite juicy. He's going to get out spam, but not before a ton of damage was done onto him. Come on, CMU. Just drive forward. If you push forward, you got him.
Come on.
Nope. They're right. I'm getting ahead of myself. These guys are the pros. They know that they can't afford any more damage.
And there's only 5 seconds left to plant.
True.
So
Yeah, they just play slow. They just play slow. They're not... I'm looking for blood, but they don't need it. Yeah.
Beef's still getting the blood.
Juicy just running in there is going to be... that death is actually really important because that means that Florida Tech has to buy all of their guns again. And that's a really important round for CMU, which could be the start of a big push here into the end of this half.
Yeah, really good execution there, and now we have 3 ults online, and we got that win, which boosts our confidence, so I'm expecting to see some good things in this next round.
That Sky ult is really good for information to find out whether it's a little bit similar. Sorry, excuse me, that was really gross. It's a little bit different to the Cypher ult, who can figure out exactly where people are at that moment. The jellyfish kind of seek out, they're called seekers, I believe, seek out exactly where they are, which kind of gives you a clue about where people are going. And it's a little bit more adaptive, but we'll see if CMU uses those ults. I imagine you want it to only use 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Don't want to use all 3 for this round.
Especially since we have such good economy right now.
There's the swing. It's going to be a trade here. BeefStroganoff for Juicy. It's going to be even... pretty much what we want. It looks like the Yoru ult is being invested. They're doing the exact same play here.
Oh.
Yeah, that seems to be the bread and butter for Florida Tech as they're looking to just secure a kill. Bannable's good for trading it, though.
That Euro ult is so oppressive and really just stops Central in its tracks.
Yeah, it seems like it's always good for a kill. It needs to see... Come on!
Oh.
I saw Satanic Monk at a... Okay, well, I'll analyze in a second. It's going to be super close here as Antidote is looking to keep this game even. He's looking to get 1 more on the board.
Oh.
Come on, that's 1 more. It's a 1v1 for Spencer versus Antidote. They've got to take this. He's got to defuse the spike. He's got so much he's got to do, and he's good for the kill. That's going to be 3, and he's just got to defuse it in time. I think he has time.
I think he's good, hopefully.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's got it. All right, 4-6 for Central Michigan.
That was way too close, but I'm glad we got the win.
Absolutely.
I will take it, but yeah, that was scary close.
Okay, but this is exactly what we want to see. That's 2 points on the board. 4-6. We're coming closer and closer to tying this up. If CMU can stop the momentum of Florida Tech, that pushes Florida Tech over to the defense where they theoretically could be a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
So it's all about driving it forward. We used 2 of our ultimates there. We still have the Omen ult for a quick reposition if we be. Yeah. We'll see how it goes here. It's going to be time ticks down. It's going to be a full buy on both sides. Let's see how we do.
Yeah, and unfortunately we used a lot of our ults last round, so...
One thing I wanted to highlight before we get too deep into that Yoru breach ult is super, super strong. It seems to be... I want to see how CMU adapts to that. I want to see if they're able to... Maybe they play... As soon as they hear that, they split up into like groups of 2, maybe, if they can. Like, get the buddy system, see if there's some support that you can get to try to help find, like, I don't know, some kind of adaptation I want to see, because right now it seems like it's pretty secure. It's a B push all the way, or a mid push here, all the way through. There goes the util. Nice kill for Bannable onto Mike. It's going to stop any more of that kill, make it 2. Okay, Antidote.
Oh.
CMU playing from such incredible positioning here. I mean,
yeah, the angles here are amazing.
They are so tucked away and protected. It's like they've got so much cover that Florida Tech would have to shoot over. It makes it so hard. But Spike is down. You can see it right there from that dog.
Yeah.
And the scout is going to be giving them all the information. It's going to be looking for 1-2 high-low setup.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
That's 5-6 here as we go into the last round of this half. This is it. This is exactly the game we want to see. I mean,
yeah, if they can tie this up here, that puts us in a perfect position.
That's okay. This is, nothing's assured yet because it's a timeout here from Florida Tech. They're like, whoa, hold on. We were super far up here, 5-2. What happened?
Yeah.
We need to slow down. They need to get themselves together, which gives CMU also. Yep, we can see Hound. They're standing up. Shake it out.
Yep.
Shake it out. No worries.
Yeah, this gives both teams a little chance to de-stress, figure out what they can do better. I don't blame Florida Tech at all for taking a timeout here.
No.
They really want to win this next round. Give them the upper head in the half.
This is an incredibly crucial round for both teams here, and it's like our economy's been pretty even since we've been going back and forth. CMU's going to have an advantage now because we won the last 3. Florida Tech has been buying pretty heavy all the way through here, which means they could be on a little bit of a scary buy here for Florida Tech, which is a really good buy for CMU. If we look over at our ultimates, you can see that we've got the Cypher ult online. Huge, super cool, love to see it. And, Omen ult's really weird to use on defense, I'm not even going to lie. But it's the last round.
You might as well.
You might as well. Let's see what happens.
And that, is it breach ult for Florida Tech?
Yes, it is. It's going to be...
That's going to be hard
that
to deal
concuss,
with.
that concuss, you see a little bit of a small strip there. That concusses that makes it really slow to shoot. It's like that, but much bigger angle. And so you can cover all of A, you can cover all of B, you can cover all of mid if you want to use that.
Yeah.
It's really good for starting a flood push here, which it looks like it's going to be B. It's going to be all the way B. Nothing but B.
Ooh.
Don't worry
Hound
about mid.
Not ready for this.
Hound's good for 1.
Hound deciding to get out of there.
Yeah, and the breach used his ultimate, didn't get anything. Bannable for 2, make it 3. It's gonna be shut down. Hound, this looks like it's all the way CMU here.
Unfortunately, Hound getting hit. But 3v1 is still a really good position for CMU to be in. Jake getting that last
pick.
As
I say, he's got the help from BeefStroganoff with that ultimate to say exactly where he is. He lines up the crosshair. Bing, bang, boom. It's 6-6 in a tied game here as we swap halves.
The way that CMU was able to dodge that ultimate that Florida Tech had,
so good,
amazing.
That was incredible. The way the Hound was able to just slip out of there without getting caught by any of that concuss, so that he's able to be ready and stand strong to fire in that textbook.
Yeah.
Cinema, pure cinema. It's exactly what we needed to see there, because that gave CMU the strength to the footing to be able to hold strong into that flood push that we saw there. 2 thumbs up is exactly what we want to see there from Hound.
Yeah, and now we're going into the 6-6 half. We are on even ground. Anything could happen, and I'm ready to see this pistol round. We did good on the last one. We got this.
I would love to see CMU win a double pistol here. CMU. Hold on. We got some damages going out early. It looks like Florida Tech is ready for it. They got some people. They're falling all the way back. They're giving up high ground for the time being, at least. Wow, that Yoru comes and fills up. Yep, Florida Tech knows exactly what's going on here. The Satanic Monk. Oh no, sorry. I forgot the color just left. Jay's got a beautiful pick there to open this up, but it's a pump on the brakes to slow it down.
Yeah.
We need information. Can't say blame them. Wait, it could be not even information. We could just say screw this. We're out of here. That's what it's gonna be. Yep.
Yeah, looks like we're deciding to just rotate.
Sure.
I mean, hey, there was so much util on A, and it might make sense.
This is the beautiful thing about this map. Just because they're rotating to mid here doesn't mean they're letting go of A. They could still rotate here if Jay's, if Florida Tech lets up here and they leave Jay open to push, which it looks like he's trying to get ready to do right now. This could be a beautiful pick here. Yeah, CMU's ready to rotate whichever way they want to now. As soon as they have information, Jay grabs 2. Making this a 4v2, and yep, okay, cool. Wait. Hold on. Hold on.
A 3v2, unfortunately.
Yeah, Mike grabs that beautiful... I'll say it. That was a really good pick there to be able to pump the brakes and stop CMU from rotating. Wait. It looks like they've gone. They're running out of there. They say, okay, cool. We know where they're at.
Let's go B.
Yeah, let's go B. We don't need to be here. We don't need to risk this.
They only have 13 seconds on the clock.
That's
they
fine.
need
That's
to
fine.
plan.
They got plenty. It takes 4 seconds to plant the spike, which means they've got nothing. Oh, he almost killed BeefStroganoff for the smoke, and he doesn't even realize it.
Dang.
That's okay. The sky on Spencer is going to be able to heal him up, so that damage means nothing to CMU.
That's good.
We're chilling.
That's good.
Hound with a beautiful position here. He could wrap in. see as it happens as the smoke pushes out. Florida Tech's ready to take some defense here. Spad's gonna grab Juicy. And there's the pinch.
Woo! That was amazing. Winning another pistol round, giving that to us, the economy, giving us that win. We are set up for the next round. We have been having this little bit of a win streak.
CMU definitely seems like that extra games that they played against Grand Valley and Ferris and U of M, that did them good because they are looking confident as ever for this game. You know, if there was any fear about this being a close game before, Central Michigan, they don't care about it. They're ready to push this. They're ready to play their game, which is exactly what I want to see. I want to see Central Michigan ready to show up and do their thing. It's 7-6 now as those walls drop. Could be an 8-6 after this.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna rush in towards A.
It's gonna be, yeah, we're looking to take A here. Doesn't matter what it takes. Double smoke here, making sure that we have all of our angles covered. If they want to push out of that smoke, they're gonna have to drop all the way down here because CMU's got all the space in the world they need to. All their angles covered.
Yeah, definitely.
Down goes the spike, which means it's now just a game of time here as we slow down. Well, beautiful camera. The fact that camera still means it's really useful for CMU as they're pushing in here to be able to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Antidote's going to grab Bannable, which means that's a really important kill there. BeefStroganoff does not yet. Ooh, beautiful picks.
3v1 here in Central Michigan's favor and cleaning it up.
Hound grabbing that kill. The damage to CMU is not great, but it's not bad. You know, last time they won that round 2 of the pistol, right after the pistol, that extra round, that was, you know, that was a flawless round for them. And so this, not quite flawless, which means that it's not quite a perfect economy for CMU as they go into it.
Yeah.
They got the money to buy. It looks like, you know, the two people who went down there, they're gonna say, okay, we're gonna buy light. We got our ghosts here. We're gonna buy full armor still, but not. I can imagine the game plan is let the people who have the rifles grab 2 picks, grab those guns, and we're ready to roll. As we push into mid here, it's gonna get pinched both ways.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Looks like Florida Tech defending a little bit more of A now that Central has gone on A last time.
2 in a row there says, okay, we gotta chill out. We're gonna use the dog there to clear out that tripwire because they say, okay, there's a, you know, CMU or Florida Tech's only able to see the dog there. They're not able to see much else. And CMU's able to push in through mid, take a little bit more space as they push all the way through up into B heaven.
A lot of util going through here and a lot of just waiting, rushing. Yeah, just kind of playing it as they go.
The important thing about that play, wait is about it keeps Florida Tech guessing about what the tempo is going to be, and that's exactly what you want. You want the tempo to be in your control the entire time, so that you get to play your game, not the other way around. Whoa, but Scream is, I mean, so hard to push out of that. That grenade's going to do such dirty work there in that tiny little hallway.
Yeah, and all of them being grouped together doesn't help them much here.
It wasn't a kill, and they did have Spencer there, or Spad, to be able to heal up. Jay's going to grab Mike over on B, and that could be the opening that the CMU's looking for. And it looks like, it's going to be exactly what they're looking for here. So they can push out.
Only 30 seconds left to plant. They gotta do it soon.
Juicy's going to grab Stroganoff. That's a spike down.
Yeah.
Hold on, we could... Oh! So close, he was just a millimeter off.
Yeah.
That's the first round. That's going to be the bonus denied for CMU here, as it's 8-7.
Yeah, unfortunately, the aim was just a tiny bit off, and them having the better rifles, having the better guns, it just put us in a little bit of a disadvantage, and we definitely, we're a little disadvantaged there.
Yep, it's what it is, and it's you know, that's unfortunate. For 8-7, we would have loved that to be 9-6, but that's okay. We see that it's going to be a full buy on either side, a full armaments and a full game plan. It's going to be almost all the way A for CMU here. Those walls drop, and here we go. Yeah, Jay. Oh boy, Jay moving so fast. It's kind of overheating a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Gonna cut down right, nice and quick. That opening hit is really unfortunate for CMU because it forces them to have to play a little bit slower now.
Yeah. Losing that duelist there, Jay.
Raze is really good at moving fast, and which means that, like we were just talking about that tempo in the last round, that allows your team to push that tempo super fast. And you'll see if what Florida Tech was ready for. They say, hold on, we're not ready for that. We're not playing like that. And pushes CMU back a little bit on the defensive.
Yeah, now we have to slow down and just wait. Spad getting that pick.
Beautiful. I mean, there's just a fraction of a sliver between those 2 points it covered, and Spencer's good for it. Spad's good for it to grab that pick. Picking up the orb, that's going to be his ultimate, and away it goes. They need information on where these players are.
Yeah.
And they can tell, okay, there's somebody up in heaven as that flash caught something. They don't know exactly where. It's probably behind this wall. Going to use the dog to find some information.
Yeah.
That's the information they need. Okay. They're able to push in clean. They know that there's nothing to worry about here.
Yeah, it's just about trying to take that space now, trying to get onto site. And again, we have less than 30 seconds. They gotta do something quick, and they know it.
Yeah, and I mean, Hound was set up. He did not go with his team here, so because he's playing the other site, playing the different angle here, they're ready to wait, and so that gave the CMU the openings. They knew heaven was clear, and away they go. BeefStroganoff with a beautiful angle here. That's one. I don't think that Omen was ready for it. I don't think he knew that there was a player on high.
Yeah.
But, oh my, the angles that CMU has here is incredible. Oh.
Ooh, Spad, unfortunately peeking out a little bit too far. And
yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that he could have afforded to wait there and just wait for Florida Tech to play into that. They knew that he's got to go. Okay, this is smoke. Yep. He still got the scan dart. Yeah, Bannable's good for it. They know that he couldn't get around the corner with that teleport. He was in that always. He just got to shoot and figure it out. 9-7 now.
It's kind of painful seeing that their crosshairs are right on the person through the smoke, and if they just fired...
Just a little bit off, yeah. Okay, it's a timeout already for Florida Tech, which means, okay, holy, that was only 3 rounds. Which is Florida Tech, okay, that was only 3 rounds, and so they're not ready for the 5 in a row. They're not ready for any of that. They're going to say, wait.
Yes.
Hold on. Breathe, shake it out,
Yeah.
and get a better game plan, because it seems like CMU's kind of got a little bit of a good play. I want to go back while we're in that timeout and talk about that move that Hound did, not going with the rest of his team, staying off on his own to create other space, to create another opportunity for CMU to push him, which is exactly what they needed, because they're like, this A site's not really working out the way we wanted to. It's like, we don't got a ton of space, we don't really know where they are. Okay, Hound clears that other site, they just pivot out.
Yeah.
Cool, and that was exactly what they need. That pivot was beautiful. Beautiful, just an adaptation, say, okay, we're not looking for this. Let's go play our game.
Yeah, and I find it interesting that Florida Tech is calling a timeout so early. I think they realize that with their double duelists that they do need to be careful here and that they do need to not let Central Michigan get too much of an advantage here.
Nope, because as soon as the momentum starts to go the way of CMU, so goes the money. I mean, we can look here already. Just that one round, we see that Florida Tech has not much money to work with. I mean, they can kind of buy. CMU's gotten much stronger here with all of their armor and all Vandals, but...
Yeah, we're looking at half shields for Florida Tech.
This is a critical round for Florida Tech to make sure that they are not completely out of cash.
Yeah.
But so CMU's looking to make it hurt. Make it hurt their wallets if they can.
Yeah, looks like we're heading more towards B.
Certainly setting up that way. We see Hound trying to do that same thing we were talking about earlier, creating another opportunity to do something else, create some other space.
Yeah.
And Sweevis is going to grab Jay. Spencer's good for the good for the trade.
Shots.
So close, but it doesn't look like it's good. That's such a good blind from Mike's gonna be able to grab 2 so easily.
It just leaves 1 member left.
Bannable. If there was ever a man to do it, it was Bannable.
Yeah.
He is the captain of this team. He is potentially one of the more seasoned players of this team. The spike, unfortunately, in a no man's land way over in B means that Bannable's got to play this super, super slowly. All he's got is 1 smoke here, that Q you see, to be able to give him some space, which, okay, it doesn't look like Florida Tech's really set up for it, which means he's going to be able to slowly grab over, grab that spike. I mean, we can see that he's completely safe. He doesn't know that. He's kind of...
he's definitely playing cautiously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spike's down. Let's see what happens now. It's going to be a 2v1.
It's going to be hard to defend this here.
My hero, he doesn't know that it's Satanic Monk's there. Yeah, I mean, his back was turned, just a knife digging it through to be able to grab a 9-8 for Florida Tech. This could be their window into this back half.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. It's hard to check every little corner when you're the last person.
You can't have eyes on all around your head. You got to just pick an angle, and unfortunately, Bannable picked on the wrong direction.
Yeah.
What he did get while he was doing all that, he does have his ultimate, which means that they could use that to push in through. Well, they're not going to use it to push to take space. They're going to use it to hold space. But once they push in, which it looks like they're looking to grab A really quickly.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll use Hound to cover up those smokes like we've done in times before, and they're pushing that Viper ult to say, this is my space, and if you want to take it, it's going to cost you.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks like we might be doing a quick thing here, but Florida Tech kind of predicting it here.
Oh, actually, Florida Tech's ready for the aggressive. I don't even think these teams know that they were going to push into each other. Florida Tech just going on the offensive like that, which is the first time we've seen this all game. Yep, TP out and chill out.
Yeah, just everybody quickly pushing, quickly going. It's
quickly rotate to get over and say, okay, we don't got enough space to comfortably push out there because they knew that the Yord was going to be somewhere up in that heaven, which means they push out there, opening themselves up to dangerous plays. Whoa! Okay.
We're just seeing so much util here.
Yeah, that tripwire still not destroyed. Getting Florida Tech so much information. BeefStroganoff, information does a lot, but it's not quite a bullet to the head.
Yeah.
Juicy's grabbing Jay, Hound grabs Mike, and it's going to be an even game, or it's not even. Central Michigan is up by one, just one, which why we've seen in this game, it could go either way. Okay, Hound, we're out of here. He's grabbing the spike so that he doesn't have to backtrack to grab it. Our Bannable is going to, Bannable's got his space up. He says, okay, we can't see what's going on there. Florida Tech doesn't have any information to be able to find out where they're at, which means it's a guessing game about where CMU could be for Florida Tech. Especially with that smoke, they've got no idea. I don't even think they know exactly where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, this Viper thing is just gonna defend them so well.
I mean, you can see right there. There's so much point coverage with these two controllers. They've done that. They've controlled this site. That's crazy that gets a kill.
Yeah.
Complete guess, and Mike and Pamela just wasn't ready for it. Down goes their all of that map coverage.
Yeah, what?
One pound could be good for it. They just gotta wait. He's just gotta play slow. Hold on. Juicy might not have enough time here. CMU might have played slow enough.
Oh!
It's still good. It's still good. Pound.
That was way too close.
Yeah, but CMU just super lucky though that they played slow enough to be able to grab that, to be able to save them there. Because, you know, Satanic Monk, unfortunately, wasn't exactly what he was looking for. They needed to push fast, and when you have that Viper up, you can't push fast. You don't know what's going on. You don't have any information, and CMU was able to draw it out, wait it out, as long as they needed.
Yeah, I am still shocked that Hound decides to just kind of quickly jump in there. I feel like
that kill from Antidote was absurd.
Yes.
Just a complete,
like
it was
shot through the.
It wasn't a blind guess because he's like, okay, it's they could be around here. It's a default position for the spike to be. But the fact that Bannable wasn't able to get out in time, he either didn't see that or something. But that made it so close to a failure from CMU.
Yeah.
If Florida Tech just took that and ran with it and just said go, 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 they might have been able to defuse the spike in time. While we've been saying all of this, Florida Tech was trying to push aggressive, and we've completely swapped sides.
Yeah.
The attackers are in the defenders are in the attackers.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's quite interesting here. It looks like they were trying to go from behind and
when Spike went down for the attackers, which this is kind of exactly what we would want to see, because now the attackers have all the space in the world to play with a trading thing. It's, oh my god, it's
2v2
trade after trade after trade after trade. And now it's an even game here. Both the same agents on the field, both the Omen and the Rays. Jay's good for one.
Come on.
Okay.
Very close.
Both for the classic, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You know, we've got Vandals here. For the classic?
Okay.
Sure, man.
Yeah, that was scaring me. Some shots were not connecting. I was very worried there, but we were able to pull that through. Definitely some unique strategies seen there.
I mean, I love it. I remember this happens in League all the time where the teams swap over and they don't even realize it. You don't see it happen that often in games like Valorant, but when you do, wow. That puts CMU in such a strong advantage because they had so much space, and the defenders now have to use util just to get onto the site, much less to secure it. But that was still a super close game. It almost went out. Such a hairpin game here to see which this goes either way. Just like that, a traded kill. Jay's gonna be blinded, unfortunately, by Spad. He's got that judge, and he's looking to use it. He's looking to go fast. That shotgun right to the face can be a one tap if you're up close enough.
Oh, well,
he's good.
Just able to
he's good.
dodge
71 health
Love
here.
That, yeah. Retreating enough behind that box.
Man, the healing here from Spad has been so useful.
Yes, so beneficial.
And at times where CMU has been at super low health from these engagements. Oh my gosh, why did he pull his gun out? He could have just double tapped and he would have had it, but Satanic Monk grabs that kill on Jay. It looks like he surprised him just as much as surprised us. Yeah. BeefStroganoff and a Hound are going to be okay. They're good to stabilize here a little bit, making that a 2v2. But the spike's still not down.
Yeah, and they're running out of time. Looks like they're gonna retreat and try a different angle. I don't blame them. But
Florida Tech here, with those two ultimates, they could say if they need to win this with 11-8, they kind of need to win around here. Satanic Monk is ready to rotate over. They need to check something. So where are we? Satanic Monk here is just TP'd all the way over to attacker's side B.
They might not be expecting that angle.
No, I don't think
either.
they are. They know that he teleported, but they don't know exactly where. They tried to clear that angle. And that's going to be the aftershock used by Florida Tech. Both ultimates invested. The spike needs to go down, but that's all covered. Hound grabs one. Not enough. It's going to be 11-9 here. Yeah, Florida Tech needed to win that round because a win there for Central Michigan puts them at map point.
Yeah, that was really well played by Florida Tech. Yeah.
I mean, because of that, they used two, but they also have two ults online. I mean, they have that deadly Yoru ultimate, which that hook, line, and sinker that they're able to set up with the Breach, Antidote, and Mike just sitting in each other's pockets, ready to play together super well.
Yeah.
I imagine we see that exact same thing happen again, which could make this a 10-9 if CMU's not careful. They need to be so much. I mean, I'm looking at our buys just now.
Yeah, our economy is not good right now.
Yeah, they need to
we're
wait.
not set up in a good position here, so I'm hoping to see some more.
Yeah. Satanic Monk's grabbing one, down, and the Yoru ult gets invested. They're looking to do the same thing here. Yep, that's two for the side of Florida Tech. Almost three. The gun. Oh! Yeah, Mike is good to secure this. It's going to be all Florida Tech here.
Yeah.
Now it's up to Jay to deal as much damage as possible. Not quite. Not quite. That Bucky's not able to do enough damage at that range. 11-10 now.
11-10 is not looking too good.
One more round, and we're looking like overtime.
Yeah.
We
really need to win this next round. Luckily, our economy is back.
CMU's aware of that. CMU knows that which is why they saved that last round. That wasn't just because they were feeling it. They could have bought if they wanted to, but said, okay, we need to save so that we can buy for this next one to force an overtime. Because otherwise, Florida Tech, I mean, you can see that bar there in the middle of the screen there, that's the overtime marker. Florida Tech can still win this. 3 rounds in a row, and that's theirs. Yeah. Nice, Bannable. Nice.
Yeah.
A beautiful kill there is going to be an opening for Central Michigan. Let's see if they can play off of it. And Jay pushing all the way through. Yeah. Using that cover. Whoa!
Oh!
Rocket to the face. Squeevis is going to be able to take out Jay, making this an even game. But the ultimates are in favor of CMU. They could just say, screw it, give the spike to Hound, and rotate over.
Yeah.
That's another pick here for Satanic Monk against Bannable.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
So draft. Okay.
Getting another alt though.
Yep, that's going to tell us, okay, if we're looking to rotate, which based on that information, they're looking to rotate.
They just got to do it really quickly.
Yep.
Florida Tech, their Cypher is looking to meet them on that B.
He's ready to receive. Hound is going to grab that spike. He's going to rotate over to B, and he's going to plant it. Well, not plant it yet. He's distracting that Cypher while the team's rotating, giving them the opening. Not just enough. Stroganoff grabs the trade, making it okay. This could be CMU's round. They just got to hold off just a little bit longer. That spike is down. They just need to stabilize. And stabilize they have. They're going to pump the brakes as Florida Tech slowly pokes and prods. Okay, good pick.
Hitting that. Oh, it's getting down to
it's
the wire.
It's an even match. Let's see. BeefStroganoff.
Nearly dodging that.
All the util in the world.
Util is
so
getting
close.
Thrown out left and right here.
Hound knows where the spike is. He knows where he needs to shoot. But the angle's being watched.
No!
I guarantee you Hound thought he got that kill. He shot the chest. He needed one bullet to the head. He rotated off because he thought he got the kill. Oh, that's that's a bullet difference, audience. The people watching, that's a bullet difference between
that was so
one straight bullet into the head means that he could have gotten that, he could have rotated, he could have stopped the plant. It's 11-11 now, which means 2 points.
Yeah.
2 points. That's all we need. Or we're looking like overtime. CMU doesn't have a lot of money here to push this. Just saving for the final round to hold it off. Just stave off the hunger that is Florida Tech Panthers. These Panthers are prowling as they're looking to push this game into a overtime or to wrap it up here.
Yeah, just really unfortunate there. It would have been nice to bring us to match point, but
Jay,
that Central can do
you can see
something.
down at the bottom, he only needs 1 kill. He only needs 1 point to be able to get his ult online, which could be a beautiful piece of utility for the team. Okay, it's going to be a push through. They've got all of the util to be able to cover their angles, make sure there's no openings for a cheeky kill to get in, and they're over on B.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Hound. Come on, Hound. They're so close. It's a 2-on-1 there. Hound turns his back. Okay, the timing there could have been dreadful. If that's the time that Florida Tech decides to push, right as Hound's back is turned. But he's set up for it. He's ready to receive. Antidote grabs Jay, making sure that this is not a clean round.
Hound.
He wasn't ready. He didn't know that the other person was there. He just needed that gun. Antidote is grabbing. He's on fire this game. he needs to figure out where they are to 2v4 here. As all of the angles.
Good here. Oh, Bannable able to get that kill, but it's just...
Spike carrier was killed, which means it's a 30 seconds for Bannable to clutch up here. He needs to get over to the spike to get it down. I can't even tell where the spike was dropped. I think it was up in that hallway up there where you see...
yeah, I can't tell either.
Yeah, it looks like a cluster of Florida Tech is guarding the spike with their lives. Bannable with a beautiful kill there. This could be it. Yeah,
he's not knowing where they are, though.
Yeah, you can see... Florida Tech was just playing the spike. They're playing the objective. The football was on the ground, and Florida Tech, they're making sure that CMU doesn't touch it.
Unfortunately, one thing that I'm seeing a lot in these past few rounds is pulling out our knives at the really wrong time. We've had multiple kills where somebody gets a kill, and they're like, we're good. They pull out their knife to move, get shot.
Some of those fundamentals of always expect the unexpected. You need to be ready to receive fire at any time. You need to be ready to take a fight. You can't have your
Especially being the last player standing, I feel like it would be beneficial to hold the gun, but also you.
I understand why he pulls. I understand why he pulls it out in that moment because he needs to cover space quickly. Run faster with that.
Oh, Jay using.
The ultimate's gonna go wide, not grabbing anything. Satanic Monk's gonna cut him down. Mike grabbing in another one. This could be the end of this map unless CMU clutches up. Satanic Monk grabbing 3, 4. It's all in the hands of Hound as he grabs this first kill. But it's against the world.
Yeah.
Truly a incredible ask for him to grab all 5 here. A minute left for him to slowly push out. If he could grab the spike, he could be out of there with that ultimate, but he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
CMU dropped the spike all the way, and the Panthers are ready.
Oh, unfortunately.
That's going to be it. Unfortunately, Hound was not able to grab that, and that's going to be the first map going the way of Florida Tech.
Yeah.
Wow, what a map that was.
Just devastating to see us get so close, get that advantage, and fall just short there.
Just a little bit shy. I mean, you can see Hound had a beautiful game there, and 24 and 16. Antidote went even farther, 21 and 14. Antidote was on fire. I mean, Antidote, Satanic Monk, Juicy, they went crazy this game. Unfortunately, CMU was not able to stand strong. I mean, I can't even blame them, though.
Yeah, those were so close.
If I was in that, I would have folded under that pressure every single time.
It was just little mistake after little mistake. Not really things that are their fault, but just wrong
unlucky timings. They have their knife out because they need to grab. Like on that second to last round, there I can't even remember which player it was that grabbed that was controlling mid. He grabbed his knife out because he needed that gun. He needed the gun to be able to survive and push just a little bit longer. It can keep it alive, but it just doesn't work out. And so those are the things that keep this either way. CMU looks super strong. They can control this game. They just need to keep it. They need to keep it all the way through. Up next, it's going to be Split, I believe.
Well, we just played Split.
Oh, duh. Yeah, sorry. It's up next is going to be
either Haven or Fracture.
Haven, I believe. It's going to be Haven. Okay. Yep, it's going to be Haven up next.
We do pretty good on Haven. I'm expecting to see some good things.
CMU's chance. Their back is starting to get up against the wall here. This could be their chance at glory slipping through their fingers. They need to hold on tight.
Yes.
We're going to find out if they can hold on to that victory, hold on to the grand finals of this tournament after this break.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Oh.
Beautiful game that we just saw. Super tense game.
Yes.
Action-packed game. And I'm imagining the next one's going to be exactly the same.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oof.
I think this game is going to be so close. I am wondering if we're going to make it to a third map. I hope we make it to a third map.
Would love to see 3. It looks like CMU didn't seem shaken by that game. No, they're all good for it. They're fine. They're ready to just hang out. They said, you know, I was talking to them in between this round. They said, hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They seemed cool as can be.
Yeah, which is good to have. Really good mental to have.
Don't let that shake you.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping to see some really good things here. Seeing some good plays here. We saw just getting a little bit unlucky in the last round. It wasn't really like any like big calls or anything. It was just.
But there's still some adaptation that needs to be made. I look
definitely.
to see. I'm imagining we're going to see that Yoru breach thing again.
Yeah.
That 1-2 that seems to be working so well for Florida Tech. But it's like you need to be able to adapt that. You can't let him get away with it every single time the Yoru gets his ultimate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just small things like that. We're really picking away at CMU here.
For sure. And in a game like this where it's going to be super close, every round matters. Every round matters for your util. And if you can... we didn't see CMU call a timeout in that back half. It's possible they could have needed that to chill out. They've got 2 they can use. I mean, we never see teams use 2, but they have 2 timeouts they can use.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Haven coming up. The 3-point extravaganza. It's going to be, the classic. We'll see what goes on. We see Waylay here on BeefStroganoff.
Yeah,
could be interesting.
Could be if he ends up picking it.
Waylay is tournament legal. They're a pretty new character, but they are open to play. I would be surprised if we see it. To be completely honest, I don't think now is the time to be changing up our game plan.
Oh, switching.
Cool.
I assumed. Waylay will be really cool to see maybe next semester.
Next semester, I don't think this team is ready to integrate that into their team. Works pretty well. I've heard good things around Jet. Jay's playing that Jet, reprising his role as that Jet player that I know him for. We'll see how that goes. It looks like, comparing these 2 teams, this is the same team. Yeah,
same comps here.
Which means that both teams, we talk about like which comps are better or which comps, this is a mirror match, which means this is all about pure skill. This is, I used to play Overwatch competitively. The way that it goes is if you can't beat them in a better comp, you take the mirror match and you be a better gamer.
Yes.
And we're going to see if CMU can be a better gamer. Which, they can't see these 2 things. It's just serendipitous that it works out like this. But we have no advantages one way or another.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Which, interesting to note, the thing that we were just talking about, that Yoru and Breach, nowhere to be seen for Florida Tech.
Yeah.
No, it worked really well for them on that last one, but I guess Haven is not the map for it. Going to be locking it in. Antidote. It's going to be doing that breeze.
We've seen a lot of crazy things from Antidote, so I think that CMU definitely has to adapt to that member.
Yeah.
They have hit their shots really well and been really impressive against CMU.
Bringing out all of the heavy hitters here that they can to be able to win this. CMU, like we said before the break, this is their make or break.
Yes.
They need to win this map to stay in the grand finals. Which... like I said, every round matters, but every map matters. This is all or nothing for these guys. There's no second chances here.
Yeah, and they got second over the weekend. I don't want to see them get second again.
I want to see my team. I want to see my team, my friends, my guys, my college lift that trophy and say, we are the champions. I want to see. These players have been fighting for this for so long. Some of these guys have been on this team since they got to Central Michigan, since they got to college. And it's time for them to win, personally, I think.
Yeah,
I want to see them. They deserve it. These guys have been fighting so hard. They deserve it so much.
Yes.
But you can't just hand it to them. They got to earn it. Yeah. Balls are coming down. Let's see if they can.
Going into pistol round here, and it looks like we are on defense. That's what we started with last time.
Hound's going to be detected there by that drone, which means that... because it's detected. Info's great, but nothing beats a bullet to the head.
And through the wall, too, is just amazing.
Bannable is going to be lurking here in that garage connector while Jay grabs 2 on the other side of the map. The spike's down, which means...
beautiful pistol rounds here so far.
I remember a CMU of old had issues with their pistol round.
Yes.
Not this guys.
Not this team.
Not this team. Not right now. That's 4 kills, almost a flawless pistol round here, which would be incredible. It's just the breach left. And they know where he is. Antidote's gonna grab one. Yeah, because Antidote, you put a Panther. You talk about putting a dog in the corner. You put a Panther in a corner. Yeah, just because he's cornered doesn't mean he's out. He can always deal some damage.
Again, always Antidote being like the last one standing, being the one to get those kills. Definitely, definitely have to be wary of that. But again, getting that pistol round, we have won every single pistol round.
Fantastic! Woohoo!
And gives us that first round.
What I'm interested to see here is I'm interested to see Jay with that Outlaw pushing up. You can see him there. He's going to push up this very long hallway where he could do some real damage with that gun.
He could, definitely.
We can see Florida Tech is all lined up here. Here comes Jay with that. Let's see if it pays out. That's one. He's still got one in the chamber. Can make it 2. They deal some crazy damage.
Ooh.
Okay, he's not going to grab 2, but 1 is enough.
Yeah, already giving us that first blood.
Forces CMU forces Florida Tech to rotate over to Bannable.
Yeah, and he's ready for them, hopefully.
Yep, in comes! Whoa! Right into his open arms with that tripwire, slowing him down.
Yeah.
There's no way that Florida Tech's jet player there could have been ready for that. It's just not possible. Mike's going to grab the plant, and CMU is going to be rotating as we set up here for this post-plant situation.
Yeah.
Hound's got the intel. He's good for it! That's 1, that's 2!
Good, good. That was getting me scared.
Oh, wow. Beautiful play there from Jay.
Wow, good round.
Yeah, he misses his first one, that's fine. He recorrects and grabs the second. Nice.
Yeah, getting to keep that gun, too, and that should help set us up
straight up
for the
minimal damage from CMU. I mean, they've lost Bannable there, but other than that, pretty much unscarred, which means that buying armor again doesn't cost as much.
Yeah.
Of course, here in this game, Valorant, money is everything, just like the game of life. And so it's really important here to be able to hold out, to buy as much money as you can, or, if you can save your money, and you don't have to buy again, that's great. And we can see here, it's going to be Florida Tech buying all the way down to 0, as close to low as they can. I mean, Squeevis and Mike barely above 0. You might as well count it as 0.
Yeah, they realized that this round was important, which it is. They want to be put on the board.
Spatty's going to grab extra kills. There's extra damage there on
through the wall.
Through the wall. He's
amazing accuracy.
Lucky. So lucky to be able to grab that. But that's exactly what CMU wants. They want to be lucky. It's going to be looking like a little bit of difficulty on B, and A is going to be, okay, what's left is C as Florida Tech pushes all the way through to an unguarded site.
Yeah, nobody on Central and C, which means we have to do a retake here.
They're going to have the trap wires get triggered. It's like, okay, we know where they are. We just got to be able to push Bannable. Nowhere to, not unlike that last round where he was ready to receive. No, Spad. Be careful,
Check
Spad.
your angles. Oh, I don't know
grabs
what happened.
it. Well,
okay.
Well, Hound grabs Mike, which is good enough for me.
Yes.
That's an advantage into this round.
that left on like the peak moment.
Yeah. All good though, because that's the kills that we need. Hound is gonna be.
Gets another.
Nice. So, Jay's got his ultimate for 4 health on the board. He's got 2. Nice. Can he make it 4 there? So unlucky on the dash out. Fine, Bannable's got it covered.
Yes.
Hold on, this defuse could be tricky here.
Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be super close.
I'm stressing
He's
out.
Got it.
Oh.
Not even a full second remaining.
0.9.
If Florida Tech was able to hold 1 extra second there,
they would have won that.
This is a game that comes down. That's what this game comes down to. This grand finals is so close. It comes down to seconds. Seconds between these teams, and now Florida Tech is stuck with not much money left in the hole.
Looks like Central is able to get full shields, the guns they want.
If Central Michigan wins this round, I guarantee you, I would put money on it, that a timeout is coming to pump the brakes for Florida Tech, because Florida Tech needs to get something rolling here if they want to be in this game. Yeah,
definitely. I think Florida Tech is realizing like they're in a spot here. Unfortunately.
I mean, that could be the opening that Florida Tech has been looking for the last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
BeefStroganoff says, not quite. It's not over yet. All the way out.
Oh,
a beautiful kill.
Through the smoke.
Come on. Spad's got it. He's got it covered where Stroganoff has a little bit of support. The teamwork there is beautiful to be able to cover that up. And Florida Tech is put on the back foot
Yeah, already 4v2 here, giving CMU the advantage. Oh, but getting...
Just as you say it.
Yeah, Bannable picked
Florida
off.
Tech does have the spike still. They can rotate this if they want to.
Yeah.
Looks like they're kind of considering it. They're not fully certain if they want to do this. They're holding out. They're chilling out. They're making up their minds. Spad with the jump peak is going to be able to grab just a little bit of info, especially that too. I mean, that's going to guarantee what's going on.
Yeah, getting hit with that impressive...
Fault line's going to be grabbing good
Oh,
for 2.
Beautiful there. I love to see those shots being hit by Spad. He is at 100 health. They weren't even able to get him.
Beautiful. That's what we want to see here. A 4-0 here. I mean, okay, I guess I owe somebody money because there's no time out coming in, but an operator for Bannable. Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, usually you'd see that in the hands of Jay because Jet has so much more ability. You can take a shot and just jet out.
Yeah.
But no, in the hands of Bannable, which means he's looking to hold it on B. We'll see if Florida Tech's looking to take that. Could be deadly for them.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting here. Florida Tech just trying to see what sticks and nothing has yet.
Spike's gonna be left there. A tactical decision by Florida Tech to not run out of opportunity to, give the site. BeefStroganoff knows there's one there. There's a little bit of damage down on a Satanic Monk. The scan is gonna get 1 for BeefStroganoff, but I don't think that grabbed the J either.
Oh,
Just
shooting
his
the
feet.
legs!
He got his feet!
Oh my god.
That's crazy. The Satanic Monk couldn't have
I could barely even see
that.
his legs.
Hey, that's fine. We take those. That's an
Yes.
opening pick for Florida Tech, or for Central Michigan. As Florida Tech here kind of looks like they're stalling out.
Yeah, looks like they're just taking it very slow, trying to get Central to do something here.
I mean, that's a reasonable play.
Yeah.
See if you can get Central Michigan to overheat, to get over cocky. BeefStroganoff here as they're going to collide with Mike. He's good for it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful placement there on the crosshair means that's another problem for Florida Tech.
Spad waiting at the door. He knows that they might be on the other side.
Florida Tech has no space here to play with. You kind of see, Antidote looking for something there. Not quite. Maybe I can get a pick. Maybe Antidote can be the hero that Florida Tech needs. Especially with that blind. Oh, so close.
Oh, just getting...
Jay! With 4!
Jay almost getting an ace.
Yeah, so close there. I mean, you could hear him pop off in the other room there. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
And Florida Tech I would imagine you got to get a timeout, but they might be starting to wane. It's been 5 consecutive rounds for Central Michigan on a game. Yeah. You can't even say it's the comp, like their attack side or comp, because the comp's the same.
It's kind of crazy to me how different this map is compared to the last. We saw so much more even games back and forth on the last one. The Central Michigan has just been pushing in, and everything has been working for them. So, yeah, I am shocked that Florida Tech has not called the timeout.
They might have they slipped up a little bit in that first game, but Central Michigan is showing that that is nothing that can stop them. The 1 round, 2 rounds, what's that? That's fine. They stabilize into a beautiful start of this game.
Oh, Hound ready there.
A beautiful start of the game turning into a beautiful start of that round. There's all of the intel to tell what's going on, which means we gotta rotate over. Bannable's ready with the operator to put down some players. That's 1 for a beautiful kill. He's gonna have to pull out his classic grab 2. So close for 3, but Satanic Monk says finally stops him.
Yeah.
Beautiful there. It's going to be the scan dart to grab a little bit of info. That's 1. Okay. And 2. There we go. Beautiful. Fix 6-0.
6-0. That's...
And, Stroganoff grabbed the operator. The most expensive gun in that game means that we got to grab it. Our guys, there's the timeout. Central Michigan had they're flush with cash. Yeah. They had 9,000 credits, the absolute peak. You couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's all smiles for our team right there.
Just Florida Tech is getting utterly destroyed right now. I am shocked that they didn't call this timeout sooner.
Look at Jay. What's he doing there?
I don't know. I am glad though that they did call the timeout now. Maybe they can regroup, try something new. But Central Michigan's confidence is through the roof right now.
Honestly, I'm a little worried about the confidence. I'm not gonna lie, because with confidence comes cockiness.
It does.
And yes. I would hate for Central Michigan to get over cocky, for Jay or Hound or somebody to just push it a little bit too far out, thinking they're invincible, that nothing can stop them, and that gives Florida Tech an opening into this game. It can happen. It happens all the time.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, statistically, after a timeout, the person who calls the timeout is more likely to win just due to stopping the game.
Yeah, they stop. They have control of the tempo. Even in this timeout is a control of the tempo to say, okay, we need to chill out. Jay's got, okay, I thought Jay was not going to buy it. He was just going to do something really crazy with his ultimate, which he doesn't even have. Maybe next time, we'll see.
Yeah, but both on full buys, it looks like, so...
Okay, there's the, if you take a look over on CU, we see Bannable with the operator is playing the angle that I thought he was going to play for the last, 3 rounds he's had this gun, which is that nice long sight line where that sniper does the most work. But it's not going to be that. It's going to be through B. The first time this team has taken this site like this, and looks like CMU wasn't quite ready for it. Only one person there means it's going to be all Florida Tech here for the plant.
Yep, just going to be a retake here.
BeefStroganoff going to grab the first pick here. Means that Florida Tech is one other ultimate that they're not going to be able to build. A beautiful blind, but they can't even push off of it.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, that looks like the picks are slowly going the way of Florida Tech. Bannable says not yet. The plant goes down. There we go. And time is against Central Michigan now.
Yeah, 3v3 here. It's just... It's close.
Florida Tech looks like they're ready to... Their post plant is away from the site. They're going to back up. They have the space. They're watching those angles that they know they got to come through the door, and that's going to be just like that. Hound is going to keep it even here.
2v2.
But you got to push the spike with the operator.
With the operator, you can do stuff, but it's going to be slow.
Oh, he's got it. He's good for it. But I don't think... Is he giving it up? Okay, he's giving it up.
He's giving it up. He's
so
letting
it's
them
fine.
win.
He's...
The gun is more valuable.
Yeah, I don't think Bannable was quite confident in the timing there, because that post plant went a little long for them, which means that even if he got that kill, probably wasn't going to be able to get the defuse, and then he could have lost that operator, which is a super crucial item for Central Michigan to have.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, speaking of other crucial items, there's 3 ultimates here for the team. They have the Sova Hunter's Fury, they have that Knife Storm for Jet, they have the teleport for Bannable. They could do some really important stuff here.
And we're seeing the same ults for Florida Tech, which means they are also capable of doing those exact things.
Talk about a mirror match. Holy moly.
It's kind of crazy here.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy about how these parallels just continue to follow this team all the way through, making sure that it's really hard to tell if any team has an advantage before the game starts. And a hair's breadth keeping them from taking that fight. Antidote's pushing all the way through.
Yeah.
Animal's gonna have to be forced away. Spad's good for it though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely just, Florida Tech trying out different strategies here. And
but each of those kills, that's 2 ultimates offline for Florida Tech.
Yeah.
Just as I say that, there goes 2 of our own. Central Michigan is gonna be forced off. We do have Spike though, right there. You can see it. Hound's taking a look at it, which means now we just set up and hang out.
Wait for them to come get it.
Because BeefStroganoff and Hound setting up that high-low like that. Yep, it's fine. They're covered for it. They've got the coverage.
Oh, come on.
There it is. Okay, Bannable has to pull out the classic. Yeah, Bannable pull out the classic after he takes the shot.
Yeah.
That's fine. They get the kill. 7-1 now with 5 rounds left in the half. The best thing that Florida Tech could have here is a 7-4 or 7-5.
Yeah.
If they were to go all the way through here.
But right now their economy
7-6,
is
excuse me.
a little low here, so...
Spad has... What are you doing with that Gatling gun? I'm a little... That's weird. You don't see that on that map this often. Usually that's a set-only thing, but...
I mean...
Sure.
Sure. Again, with confidence does come cockiness, and
but
I
also,
do wonder...
It's a game, it's a move you don't see coming, which means I didn't see it coming, and potentially neither does Florida Tech. However, Squeevis is going to grab Hound. That's going to be an open sight now for Florida Tech and open hunting here. Odin could be grabbing some crazy stuff here.
Just not ready for it.
Jay ready to make a play. That's a refresh.
Oh,
whoa!
Wow.
What a
that was a
pick
beautiful
there.
knife.
Yeah, I mean, in the air like that. Mike grabbed the Odin that fell from CMU's. It's all up to Jay now to be able to clutch this up. His Knife Storm could do it. He's done it before. But 31 health, he's going to grab his shoulder. Not enough to kill him, but enough to put him weak.
Yeah, he's... Oof.
The Odin just being able to pierce through that box there, that cover that he thought was safe.
Yeah, again, just...
unfortunate. I mean, he's when the Odin's able to pierce like that.
Yeah, you get stuck.
Nowhere safe on that site to push. You just kind of gotta go, and unfortunately, it's a coin flip whether you were able to take that. It just wasn't able to.
Yeah.
7-2 now, nowhere near even, nowhere near a good spot for Florida Tech, but the first opening they've had for quite a while in this half.
Yeah, I don't like seeing them gain like this.
Nope. They got the operator off of Bannable. They got the Odin off of.
Yeah,
or they sold the Odin. Well, the Odin's gone, whatever. But it's an unfortunate play against CMU where the control is kind of taken from their hands as Bannable goes down to his own gun.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, we just need to get this next win because now we're giving Florida Tech the confidence here and giving them the time to have a comeback, and we want to shut that down.
For sure. It's all about. It looks like we're going for a default or a nice, easy default here, where they're just. Which a default means that they're just sitting. They're gonna sit and wait for information.
Yeah.
And which means sometimes you get that into okay. Maybe a tripwire. Spad's good for the kill there since he knew where it was.
We have about 4v4 here.
Default slowly wrapping over to A. Doesn't look like Central Michigan's ready, quite aware of that yet. Which the only person ready to receive is Jay.
Yeah, which is a little bit scary here.
But looks like they're ready. Okay, they understand something weird's going on.
Yep, making
they're
the
ready
call
to rotate.
to all go to A.
Yep, they're okay. Something's a little fishy. Jay's hanging out. He's close. Okay, the concuss isn't going to do anything. He's using both of his smokes there to protect himself.
Oh!
Beautiful, Jay. Grabbing two. That's the spike down. Satanic Monk saying, doing so much work with that Odin.
Yeah.
He's the only person left on a 1v1. BeefStroganoff. He's looking,
only 13 seconds still left to plan.
He's taken out! He's got the kill. He wasn't able to get the TP off. So close from being a completely different game. Give me that Odin back, BeefStroganoff says.
I love the passing of the guns here.
Holy, that Odin is the... I swear that Odin is the key to this entire half. Not the Odin, the operator.
Yeah, just crazy here, though. That was very close, and yeah, if he was a second too late...
Satanic Monk has to be so frustrated by that time because you're right, a second difference, and Satanic Monk's on the other side of the map, and it's his defense to be able to push that BeefStroganoff has to play, but he was able to get in there when Satanic Monk was off. He couldn't defend himself while he was TPing.
Yeah, unfortunate for them, but great for us here. Already putting us up to 8-2, and we're getting our confidence back here.
Slowly but surely, it's a long road for Florida Tech to be in a comfortable spot here. Spad and Stroganoff know what's going on, or they know to hang out. Okay, no worries. It's gonna be a miss here, and a spike goes down by Antidote.
Yeah, just
Hound. So close.
Everybody's just holding angles, not quite knowing where the other two members are.
It's they gave it the side of the control of the site, and Hound goes down. Whoa, beautiful two-piece, softening up.
Yeah, Bannable getting 3 in a row.
Doesn't know that he's directly behind him. Okay, Stroganoff's good for it. Squevis, nowhere. Okay, he's sitting down.
Yeah.
9-2 now. I mean, this is we were coming to the last round of this half. Oh boy, could be a 9-3 here. At best, a 10-2. A 10-2 would be incredible because that's 3 rounds that Central Michigan needs. Which, I mean, what people always love to point to is for attack on this map. This map sometimes historically has been attack favored, but it seems like I know that can change as the meta changes. Historically, it's been attack favored, but it seems like Central Michigan they are in the driver's seat this entire round.
Definitely. And we've been seeing them adapting to what Florida Tech was doing for those 2 rounds and overcoming it. So, yeah, a win here would be really nice going into the half.
Certainly. Pushing a map 3, pushing Florida Tech back off onto the back foot here. Making this, tying that up would be exactly what this team needs to stay in this grand finals.
Yeah.
But it's a slow game here. It's a slow round. We get into this half, the last round of the half. Everything matters here. You gotta play carefully. You gotta play measured.
Yeah,
measure
looks
twice,
like
cut once.
Florida Tech maybe going more towards A, maybe B, but
they're giving themselves openings to play around. The J. He messed up his dash a little bit. Looks like he wasn't quite where he wanted to be. That's gonna be the operator dropped right into the lap of Florida Tech.
Yeah, which is not good for us.
Scan dart's going out. See if we can get any information. Grab the spike plant, which stops the spike plant. That's incredible for CMU.
Yes. Spike getting picked up and trying to get planted again, but
it's a little bit of extra time that Stroganoff was able to buy for his team just then. Spike does go down, but an extra kill means it's an even game.
Ooh.
Bannable grabs one more.
Ooh, but gets picked.
Always, just these picks are never left unanswered. Stroganoff with 19 health left to keep this. And the neural theft, yeah, forcing him to push, or else he would have given his rotation away. It's a 9-3.
Dang.
You know, historically, everyone loves to talk about the 9-3 curse.
curse.
I've seen it happen before. I've seen it also fail. But
I think we're fine.
I like to believe, of course, you know, we're a little bit biased. Of course, we don't want to see the 9-3 curse happen.
Yeah.
But, like, it's 9-3, which means CMU needs 4 rounds, and it's theirs.
Yeah.
If they can have a strong pistol, you can see on your scoreboard, the middle of that scoreboard right there, they just did 5 in a row. If they can repeat that on the attack, smooth sailing for this game.
And we have seen strong pistols every single time. So I hope that, if they get this, then it sets their economy up for the next, giving them, like, almost 2 games.
Fracture would be the next map after this, which is the one map the last time these teams played, Florida Tech won that map.
Yeah.
Which means that this puts CMU in a really tight spot. They need to make this count. Now the game is far from over here as Florida Tech tries to hold strong. It's a 2-2 trade, make it 3. Finally the way for CMU, but not without a hurt. BeefStroganoff only 17 health and the spike. They're gonna try to push in here.
Yeah,
There's a lot you can do with 17 health. If you let your team, your other more healthy players push out, good job, Hound. Making it even easier here. Blind.
Yep, just having to get that last player.
Titanic Monks grabbing 2. It's only a 1v1 now, but Titanic Monk took a ton of damage there. He's good for it. That's 3. That's the first time Florida Tech has won the pistol round, putting Central Michigan definitely off their footing.
Yeah.
A beautiful clutch, exactly what Florida Tech needed there.
Really disappointing to see. We had the advantage and just let that one player really pick us off. That's
the power of the Sheriff. That's the only pistol that can deal that kind of damage of headshot.
Yeah.
To be able to put the opposing team down off like that. And wow. Okay, so now we get to see what CMU does when they don't have the advantage. What is their game plan here? It's looking like they're not buying right. Spad, interestingly enough, with that shotgun, with that Bucky, interesting to see what he does with it. Which, you know, every round, every dollar counts. If you want to invest the money, you best make it count. Let's see if you can. As
Jay just running in.
Whoa! That's crazy that
How
he's able to do that. He can pick up that gun now.
Has 100% health. That was a crazy play there.
He just got the movement.
Yeah.
He's just quick on his feet, light on his toes.
That was a beautiful play there.
He's going to be answered. Bannable's going to go down. Spad. There's that value that I needed from that shotgun. Something down Satanic Monk. CMU still a little bit shaky. And just like that, a little bit shaky is all that Florida Tech needs as they drive through. That one opening all the way. It's going to be half. If you grab half like that, that gives you get a ult point for defusing the spike. So half you want to be able to share the love, share the value. All the way through your team like that. It's a 9-5 now. Could be Florida Tech back in it.
Disappointing to see. It seems like we're really strong together and playing really well, and then we just lost the advantage so quick there.
For sure. It's going to be one more. Okay. I start to get a little nervous here if I'm CMU because, you know, this is your first pistol loss.
Yeah.
Don't freak out. Don't go crazy.
Yeah.
You start getting a little bit nervous that, like, okay, what if they do it to us? What if they win 6 rounds in a row? And all of a sudden, we're in a completely different game.
And especially switching from defense to attack, it can mess you up a little bit. It can put you off of your headspace.
It's a completely different tempo. You got to be ready for Jay dealing a lot of damage onto Squeevix. Squeevance. That's the character's name. But a lot of damage isn't a kill, which is what CMU was hoping to get there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sure, that makes it easier if they push in, but... Oh well, Bannable doing the exact same thing we saw Hound do on that last map. We can take the rest of the team pushes elsewhere, but we still have our bases covered if we need to rotate, which it looks like we are.
Yeah, it looks like we're playing it more slow this time, just trying to get information about where people are and play it safe.
Playing it safe is the goal here, but it's only Satanic Monk left to defend the site. CMU drives in. Satanic Monk is good for it. It's not going to be left. Not going to be easy. Nothing easy for this team. Hound grabs Antidote, but Satanic Monk has this point locked down. Nothing is getting through him, it seems, but...
Yeah, he seems to be able to hit his shots very well here.
Okay.
It's really unfortunate to see.
Rotate. Backstab. Mike's going to grab Hound, putting CMU on the back step.
Yeah.
It's going to be Spad, and it's going to be BeefStroganoff left to salvage up this point.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely saw one there. BeefStroganoff is going to get revealed.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get revealed. Too many angles to look at. Florida Tech knew that they just needed to push through.
Florida Tech already coming with that comeback. It's 9-6. That's a very dangerous spot that we're getting placed in here.
3 left. 3 is all that CMU, or 4 is all that CMU needs, but 3 is all that Florida Tech needs to tie it up. Florida Tech looks like they've got it. They're driving out. They've got, okay, they're doing good. And now CMU's with an opportunity to buy just a little bit. It's all sheriffs and a guardian. Well, never mind. Okay, yeah, they're changing it up here. They're looking to buy a little bit of gunfire.
Yeah, which maybe we need that right now.
I think it is. I think we need a little bit of an answer to be able to take that. That concuss is going to be just a little bit, can't push out the way they wanted to. They got to play slow.
Yeah. Oh.
Beautiful. Beautiful to be able to help your team out like that. Okay.
Jay not knowing that somebody's behind
Antidote,
him.
he's right there. He could grab him as soon as that smoke drops. Okay, they get out safe.
Oh, that was scary.
So close. That was so scary
Yeah.
for CMU because if Antidote was feeling brave, if he was feeling bold, he could have gone in and done some real damage.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Stroganoff and Jay, they're ready. They can push in again if they want to. Not looking super confident. Wow.
Jay on 8 health.
Super close there. Antidote. You gotta be careful, Stroganoff. Super close. The spike.
Luckily now finally seeing Anecdote.
I mean, you could, I would honestly say, make a call to use the Hunter's Fury here. You kind of know which angle they are. You might be able to do some good damage. Okay.
Just keep getting stuck here.
Oh. Okay, they gotta trade guns. Jay's just not looking healthy enough to be able to survive this.
Oof.
But unfortunately, neither is Mike. That's 2 versus 4 now for Central Michigan, and 8 health on Jay means that this is a really, really tough spot.
Yeah, definitely. Again, we just keep... I think after this round, if we lose this, it would be a good time to call a timeout because something is not working. Florida Tech adapted.
But what is working is Hound's trigger finger. He's grabbing one. Antidote is going to be putting him down, which means Jay's the only thing left. Defenders.
Yeah, and they only had 12 seconds left to plant. Just not enough time.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's 9-7 now. And what was once a super comfortable win or opening here has now closed to be just a 2-point margin.
Oh, good.
You're right.
Timeout. Good.
You're right. Okay.
I was like, why are they not calling it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Holy smokes.
That's what we need to see. Oh my gosh.
I'm going crazy here.
Definitely different vibes we're seeing from the team here.
The last time we saw a call out, a timeout, it was all smiles. Now, it's not that.
Yeah.
Our team.
Yeah, we need this timeout. We need to figure out what is going on and adapt because we are doing something wrong.
I imagine Bannable, the team captain, is going to be. He is looking to make sure that his team that this doesn't run away from them. It is so close here. It could just slip out of their fingers before they even realize it. They need to lock it down. They need to focus up here, or else their chance of grand finals gone like that.
Yeah. They need to keep that lead here. And keeping that lead here is so important, and they're letting Florida Tech catch up. And we do not want to see that here.
It looks like Florida Tech, this seems to be an attacker-sided map all the way through. But Florida Tech was able to grab a few points here. CMU needs to do the same.
Yes.
They need a round of point this game. It's been 4 consecutive, which we cannot afford for it to be the 6th that CMU got before CMU finally grabs a round.
Definitely. We can't afford that, so we need to... I hope that they made a plan here to execute.
You know, last time that Florida Tech grabbed a timeout, it worked pretty well. Let's see, we're hoping that same kind of magic can go for CMU. Spad's grabbing 2. That's exactly what I want to see.
Yes.
Let me see more of that Spad. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly what we need. Pushing out. The spike
Already
is all
planting.
theirs.
We've been struggling to plant for the last couple of rounds, and being able to get it so early here is amazing to
Neural
see.
Theft gives them all the information they need to be able to say, okay, we're clear. We know which ways we need to be looking at. We'll take a weird angle. Bannable, if you take a look, is all the way on the flank.
Ooh.
the nice shock dart's gonna grab Antidote. That's crazy util, meaning that BeefStroganoff didn't need to take a point of damage for it. It looks like, Florida Tech might be ready to give that point up. They're backing off. They're saying, okay, fine. We don't want that smoke.
We'll save our guns. We'll save our guns.
They have, Squeevis has the operator. He's ready to just let it go. They cannot lose that operator, which did so much in that front half. 10-7 for the Chippewas. 3 more to stay in this map. They need to do that 3 more times.
3 more times. That's all it takes, and that's what we need to see.
3 more times is all that Florida Tech needs to get caught back up and to put the knife against Central Michigan's throat to cut them out of their chance for the victory that I can tell these guys want so badly.
Yes.
There's nobody is sleeping on this match, and I hope you aren't, in the audience aren't either, because this is an incredible game.
Yeah, it's been so back and forth, and we haven't seen a back and forth match in a while, not since last semester. And
I need to highlight this. Jay has 19 kills.
That's
on the
crazy.
J, he is putting out a world-class performance on that Jet. This is the character he was known for way back when I first started producing for Central Michigan. That was his character. That was what he was known for. Jet's character says, "Watch this." And Jay is ready to do the same. He's saying, "Watch this," as he has been doing such good at this game.
Yeah.
If you push out now, the scan dart is going to grab good intel, but Antidote is ready and waiting. Holy smokes, Juicy's going to grab 2 there, and Central Michigan's been forced on the back foot. Stroganoff
getting multiple.
Stroganoff, the hero that this team needs to be able to keep this even. Okay, it's going to be the drone. They need to figure out, okay, is it safe to push in? Where are we? What's going on? All right.
Trying to just get some information here. Unfortunately,
what he didn't see. You're right. I think you're about to say it. Go ahead.
Able to see Cypher on site.
Also, they don't know that Omen is sneaking up from behind. Satanic Monk stabbing in the back. It's now a 1v3, and the spike is down. Right, exactly into the hands of Florida Tech, who can set up exactly what they need.
Yeah, unfortunate here. That util just not fully working.
A shorty? A shorty squats. You're kidding me, man. That's so tragic. 2 points now for Florida Tech to tie it up. Central Michigan has got to be sweating a little bit.
Definitely.
I would be. If I was Central Michigan, holy cow.
Yeah.
I mean, the nerves have got to be real on both of these teams. Both of you have to play perfectly, because any tiny window, and it's all you.
Yep. Exactly, and I think that both teams realize this, and that's why we're seeing some really intense matchups here.
Absolutely. Down goes the wall for another attempt. It's going to be hard to see what happens here. Squeevis has that operator, and did use both of his smokes to get out, which means... Holy cow, Jay using both of his smokes right into Squeevis' hands! Down he goes. So unlucky, all he needed to do was look straight.
Just like that, we're getting picked 1 by 1 here, leaving a 3v5.
Bannable. Down goes that operator. It's probably going to get picked up by Satanic Monk here. Nope, not quite. That operator's still out in the open, which means that could be a little bit of breathing room. The operator's so good at controlling space, so good at locking it down like that. Satanic Monk and Bannable, the Omen 1v1 matching up here.
Yeah, it's
looking each other down. Bannable tries to slowly creep in. He's going to need support. But that support seems to be...
knowing that people are all around him.
As soon as he peeks, he's good for it. And Satanic Monk, he didn't have his gun out. That knife, he was just doing a little bit of jump peek, trying to get some information. Wasn't ready for Bannable to swing through. That's exactly the window that they needed. Teleport out. Bannable, chill out, brother.
Yeah.
You did what you needed. You get to take a breather. Deserve it. Actually, he's not even taking a break. He's just going... He's making sure that there's no flank. He's using his teleporter, making sure, clearing his angles. They cannot afford
hopefully
backstab.
Hopefully they check that upper area here. Oh, they see him.
Good for it. Hound. Keeping it even, keeping it close.
Getting those 2 kills. Beautiful.
Securing 11-8 for Central Michigan. They need 2 more, and it's theirs.
Yeah.
2 more, and they're still in a chance to win the grand finals here. Win the glory, win that trophy. The first time this team has this opportunity. They are so close.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm on the edge of my seat here.
You can tell Spad, they need to buy out. They need to buy everything. Spad buys all the way down to 0. That Vandal and the regenerative shield, a little bit better than light armor. They gotta win this.
Yes, definitely.
It's gotta be now.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, it would be amazing to bring this to match.
Jay uses his ultimate. Knife Storm looking to be some crazy work. He's done it before. He got a 3-piece the last time he used this. And that's the breach ult 2. In comes Jay, but it's a clear sight because of that breach ult. That's fine. There's no timer on that jet ult.
Oh, I'm kind of worried here.
It's fine. We need to get that spike down, guys. Come on. There we go. They had all of that time to do it. It's
Not
fine.
realizing that somebody might be above them.
Hunter's Fury coming out for Florida Tech could be deadly. It's a 2v2. Bannable takes out Mike, who's off on the side.
Oh.
Jay's good for 1.
Come on, can he get the other?
Oh, he had to reload. No, come on. There we go. Hound again with the clutch factor, making sure that
Hound is Team Ace 2. Beautiful to see.
Yeah, this is nobody. Nobody's the hero here. Nobody's doing more than the other. Everybody is getting their piece. Everybody's doing their work to make sure that Central Michigan is on match point. This could be it. Okay, Central Michigan used 2 ultimates there. They only have 1 on either side, which means, you know, Central Michigan could be really great if they know where they are. They get some intel. They let that Hunter's Fury rip, and that could be a beautiful kill or at least some great damage.
I would love to see them win it here.
It could be here, but if not, Florida Tech now has to really straighten up, really shake it off.
Yeah.
To be able to try to keep in this map to try to shut them down now. Boy.
Yeah, I can only imagine what's going through their head here. They don't know what Central Michigan is going to do here, and everything's on the line right now.
I would love to have a heart rate monitor attached to these players to see what their heart rate is. BeefStroganoff grabs the opening pick. That's one beautiful kill here as CMU is able to rush onto the spike. They need to put it down. Mike is going to be able to trade. In comes the breach ult. Okay, Bannable.
So oppressive here.
That concuss lasts so long with that ultimate spad. Using his utility to grab a kill on a Satanic Monk, making sure that this is a 2v3. The drone is finding 1. Okay, cool. They know where it's going on. You could let that Hunter's Fury fly. He's marked. You could get him.
Yeah.
No worries. It's fine. They decide not to. Looks like they're rotating. But the pick right there. Antidote's ready for him. That's the spike down. Oh, the spike's not down. But it's a 1v2 now.
Yeah, and
that call to...
but he looks like he is trying to quickly rotate to C, trying to plant really quick, which he does have the time to do. Florida Tech is all the way on the other side.
He's got his ultimate. Okay, what his plan here is he's going to wait for the tap, and he's going to use his Hunter's Fury here to deal damage, which means he's looking to play this as long as possible. He needs to play safer, make sure they're not creeping around. Nope, we're all good. We're setting up to use that Hunter's Fury to deter them from touching the spike.
Yeah, it is a good call that he kept it then.
Whoa, but not when you have 10 health.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1. That's a little bit of damage. Make it a little bit more. Antidote's so low here, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
That's half. They're looking to stick it all. Central, it looks like he doesn't quite realize it. That's so unfortunate because that scan dart just a little bit late.
Very close here. Luckily, we have that boost. We are still match point. Florida Tech knows that they are still in hot waters here.
For sure.
We can win this next one.
They may be out of the oven. They are not out of the frying pan yet. Is that the way it goes?
I don't know.
Out of the oven, in the frying pan in the oven. Whatever. They're not on the hot seat. That's what I'm trying to say. Is because this could still be. I mean, but the more that Florida Tech gets this, the closer CMU gets into the hot seat because they need to close it out. They need to finish this up.
Yeah, but also Florida Tech not being able to have a full economy here, which could give them that disadvantage that we need.
Juicy's backing out. Okay, it's gonna be nobody left on the site actively ready to defend it.
Yeah, looks like we're fully pushing into A here.
Grabbing that high ground, an angle they might not expect Central Michigan to be playing out of. And as soon as those smokes go down, I would be ready to see a kill. They're tucked up. They're hiding. They're good for it though because Jay takes the angle. He takes the attention away while the rest of the team is able to grab those kills. Satanic Monk though, an absolute legendary display here.
Yeah. Satanic Monk able to really carry for his
Come on, Hound.
over and over again.
It's all here. Mike's grabbing 1. That's another one. It's 10-2.
Oh, disappointing. Oh,
I need to see how many kills Satanic Monk has. He has done. I mean, he's done some incredible work. Yeah, 19 kills. I feel like all of these rounds, he's always got this clutch factor that has been so crazy to see.
He seems to be doing very well under pressure, and Central Michigan needs to adapt to that.
Yeah, for sure.
We luckily, again, that buffer, we still have time to get this and make sure it doesn't go into overtime. But it's getting more scary, and our economy is hurt now.
Economy is very hurt. All we've got are stingers and a sheriff here. Let's see what happens. Okay, could be a default here. Never mind, I say that, but it's all gas, no brakes. They need to push in fast. On the guess that Florida Tech isn't holding B, it's a correct assumption.
Yeah.
Because they've got the spike, they got the site now.
Yeah. And all they need to do is quickly plant here.
Whoa, what an interesting play here. They're not even worried about the site. They're just pushing through. They're trying to do a strike squad, trying to clear out these angles. Squavix is going to grab one, but Jay's got it covered. And now they're here on C. Okay, they got the Guardian. They got a little bit of an upgrade, but Satanic Monk again with the clutch factor, making it a 1v3. BeefStroganoff, he has to set it down for a chance at this.
Yeah, unfortunately just...
Not quite what we're looking for. 12-10 now. I mean, Florida Tech has done an incredible job at getting this closer and closer and closer. Before long, we're looking at an overtime situation.
Yeah, if they don't win this next round, it's going into overtime.
Which, overtime is... If this game wasn't stressful enough, overtime is way more stressful because you're constantly swapping sides. Attack or defend, attack, defend, attack, defend, and you got to be able to do both. Which, to be honest, neither team has really proven to me that they can do both. Which means this could be an overtime that goes long. And now it becomes a marathon sprint to try to hold out this.
Yeah, I would love to see a victory here. We need it. And yeah, it's just, I feel like, again, like, the Monk character keeps pulling and defending his team very well.
He keeps doing crazy plays that always show up something. CMU and Florida Tech both have a full buy. They both have all of their stuff, and Antique is going to grab a kill. Hound grabs the trade, keeping this
that Satanic
game.
Monk
It's
is out of
anybody's
here.
point here to see if we're going to an overtime. Antique almost did, but so is Bannable. That's a nice kill here. 2 points out. This could be the game here.
4v2, setting us up in a good spot, but we cannot let that get to
exactly
us.
what we need to tell what's going on. Where it's safe to play. Looks like that.
We know where they are. We saw their feet.
Yeah, but the dart missed, which means it's a guess. We don't know what happened, where they're playing, but we know they're there.
Yes.
Okay, scan dart's ready. That bow taut and ready to play. Out comes Squevix. Hound is good for it, and that's it. That's that map. It's 1-1 now as we go so close.
So close.
Holy
Both
cow.
of these maps have been insanely close. It's just crazy here what we're seeing. Back to back to back.
Back to back to back to back. BeefStroganoff, Bannable, Jay, Hound. Incredible gameplay.
Yeah.
Incredible kills.
Even though it's such a close map, we see Central Michigan doing so well with the kill ratio here. And yeah, this was an amazing game to see here. Too close for my comfort. But
they're way too close for our comfort, but this is exactly what we were expecting, right?
Yes.
Both of these games going down to the wire. I'm worried about this next one, to be completely honest with you. The last time that these two teams played, Florida Tech took it. Florida Tech took Fracture. This could be deadly. CMU needs to show up that they have learned how to play Fracture, a game that has been weak for them in the past. They've got to do it. I believe that they can do it. They did some incredible work on Fracture this weekend. They just got to tighten it up. They got to hold strong. I believe in this team.
Yeah.
And I hope you do too. We've got map 3, the absolute last, to see who is champion.
Yeah, the most intense.
Who is our champion of the Nace tournament right after this break. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere.
Yes, please keep watching.
To the audience tuning in, it all comes down to this.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's 1-1 after a crazy, crazy series this has been. Wow. I mean, it's been crazy. The clutch moments are, I can't even count them.
Yeah.
I have, going into this, I don't have a clue about what's about to happen.
No idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
These teams have been so even.
I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
We can see what could be a really interesting game here. Okay, Bannable's on that. Not Cypher. Character's name is.
Bannable? Oh,
It's blanking me. I'm way too juiced up on caffeine.
Shoot, I don't remember his name.
Rich Frenchman.
We have one of the newer agents in here.
Yeah, for sure. Teo here is gonna be, interesting to see how this goes. This is definitely part of CMU's playbook. They took this out before last weekend ended. Different games, which that seems to be the big point of difference. Looking at it, we see the big worry here. Mike and Satanic Monk, that big 1-2 could be the problem.
That combo is deadly, and I am definitely scared to see that in Fraction.
That alt combo was a crazy chamber. Whatever. Okay, I'm way too energetic right now. I'm missing out on the simple stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's all good.
This is going to be an incredible game. I need the important thing here is CMU needs to figure out how to work around that, because your result is decently expensive, but if he's able to frag out, he can get it really quickly, and then wow, look at that. It can be point after point, which, as this game has proven, every single one of those count.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. And we're going into this pistol round. We lost our last pistol round, but we have won every other one, so I am still feeling decently confident here. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we can see Aiden jumping up and down right now. He is... interesting.
What is going on?
Teamwork. Team bonding.
We see some team bonding, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Dancing.
Oh.
They're dancing. Look at that.
You need high hopes for this.
You got time. Oh, are we on a tech pause? We're on a tech pause. That's why. That's why. The timer's not ticking. I was like, this feels like a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I was like, why are they standing up right before? That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, okay. Looks like I just got a little bit of a tech pause. We're just hanging out. Time is not ticking. Which gives us more time to talk about the crazy stuff we got here. Yeah. I'm really interested to see this Teo. It's not something we've seen in this game so far, but it's something that we have seen on this map. And so it's going to be, pretty interesting. I wonder.
And Teo being new to the meta, it could confuse Florida Tech a little bit.
Because they got to learn they got to adapt to that. One thing I need to see here from Bannable specifically, I need to see a good game of Chamber from Bannable.
Yeah.
Before, that game against U of M in the grand finals of that tournament this weekend, he had a little bit of a rough game on Chamber, so he's definitely looking for a chance to redeem himself here.
Yeah.
Which, that's the redemption I want to see, too. But from there, it's anyone's guess. Another thing I'm really interested to see is, the interesting thing about this map specifically is you have, instead of the normal 2 that you have 4 different angles you can take this from. North, south, on both A and B. And so me and my friends call it Paul side and normal side, because there's a card on the other side. You see a little guy, his name's Paul. He's cool. Shouts out to Paul.
And I think we also have to shout out that we have an interview after this game, no matter what happens. So please stay tuned after this.
For sure. I'm going to really be looking to pick these players' brains. We see it's going to be Jay we're looking to talk to. This is his final game of his college career anyways.
Yeah.
Which means this is why this matters. The flash is going out. Mike, the beautiful pick there to stop the defense from CMU, unfortunately, is not going to be answered. So far, a lot of these picks have been going immediately answered back, but not that one. As I say that now,
4v4.
Satanic Monk getting a little too eager there, trying to jump peek with all of CMU ready to receive that.
Yeah.
Strike him down super fast. It's going to be an A push here. They just got to get those smokes down. With the Teo clearing out that spike. Yep.
Spad hitting that shot beautifully.
Nice. I love that Teo being able to clear off those angles, forcing you out of those positions where it's favorable for you to look, favorable for you to have those angles as you're taking space, which that's the spike down and a pretty even match, or not an even match, a very good match for favored for CMU.
Yeah, and they seem to know that he's there.
So close. Not quite. Come on. Whoa.
Bannable jumping out of there,
Okay.
realizing
Hound,
he did not want to die.
Hound the closer has it covered. There goes Span with that one. Okay.
Nice.
That's it. That's the pistol
Good
round.
pistol round. Got to keep 4 of our players, which was really nice.
And if this is anything like that last map, this could, who knows what comes after this? This could be 6 points coming up next. Who knows? It's important to see what happens. You know, this, of course, we can probably assume based on just looking at them what guns we're buying, which way this is gonna go. But after that, it's anyone's guess. Because we would love for it to go all the way to, 6 like that. But we don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little interesting split push. It's gonna be a full default for Central Michigan. They're just hanging out. They're not looking to take too much space.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going more towards
Bannable.
A.
He's tucked. He's ready. He's waiting. He doesn't have his gun out, and that's a kill. Can he make it 2? Yes, he can.
Beautiful there. Love to see it. And deciding just to retreat.
That's fine.
It's good call
Yeah.
there.
Like a ghost, he disappears.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what. Because now, okay, Florida Tech doesn't get a chance to try to even that back
Yeah,
up.
they
Try
have to play retake.
Oh, Spat doesn't even know how close he was to Satanic Monk.
Yeah.
Just a few picks there.
Luckily,
Pull the trigger
only
once.
9.
It's fine. Hound has that
Yeah.
covered. Okay, there's Teo little void.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Keeping all of our members flawless.
All
That's
of our
what we
guns.
needed going into this next round because now the economy's going to be even here.
I mean, BeefStroganoff, he has 6,000 credits. He could buy up just like that.
Yeah.
Jay could buy up. I don't think he will, because I think he would have already. But, that's good because that keeps the pressure on, Okay, now Florida Tech does get their buy, finally.
Yeah.
But
that already gives us a 2-0 lead, which is what we need here.
And that starts, because it's all, the doubt can start creeping in as soon as you start to slip a little bit. If you're a little too hard on yourself, the mental game of Valorant or in any esport is so important. Whoa!
Yeah, just blasting in here. Central Michigan taking a little off guard.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like that Yoru clone there flashing a team as they pushed out was not great. Juicy's gonna grab one. It's only up to Bannable to try to salvage this round for a full ace. He does have his gun, or he does have a spike.
Yeah.
But walking into the hands of Mike as he comes around that corner.
Oh, it's so close here. I think they don't realize how truly close they are to each other.
I would say Bannable should just try to save, but it's a high-low setup, which means mulch. Yeah, that's a team ace. So okay, that's the any kind of that momentum, that potential 6 rounds has been shut down. We now know that this is going to be a little bit closer to that first map we saw. It's going to be a much more even game. I'm wondering now, this late into the series, these teams might have each other starting to figure each other out a little bit. See, okay, what makes them tick? Last time these guys played was a long time ago, so when they come in, they got to relearn how this goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Relearn how do these people play, which now if you start to get the download on some of these people, could be start to understand what they play. That's where those adaptations really start to come in. And it's a full chill the heck out for Central Michigan. The last time they tried to swing in, there was nothing but flame and fury, but it didn't work out for them. So now they're pumping the brakes.
Yeah, looks like they're deciding to ease off of A here.
Nice and quiet, easy in.
Ooh.
Looks like Mulch was not really ready to have that game. Mulch is a new person we haven't seen. It must be a swap out from Florida Tech.
Yeah.
Definitely don't recognize that name, which, hey, sure, if that's what your plan is. Bannable.
Ooh.
Good. Yep.
Again,
He had so much favor there as he was swinging in because Jersey just wasn't quite ready. And it's over to B. The first time we've seen it this round. Or this map.
Yeah. Oh, no way.
That's a crazy kill through the smoke. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, dang. Just.
You know what? I'd rather that be that, like it is, instead of, I'd rather that we got that crazy kill through smoke instead of just being 2 unanswered kills.
Yeah.
Mike has 12 health remaining.
Yeah, leaving Florida Tech in a really bad position here.
2 health remaining.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I don't really know what you could do with 2 health there.
Yeah,
I think
you get a little stuck there.
with all 3 players, surely a bullet. I mean, you could just punch him and he'd die, sneeze on him and he'd die. It is what it is. Okay, Bannable does have his ultimate ready, and he's looking to use it.
Yeah.
Which saves him money, and that's an operator in the hands for CMU. It looks like Juicy's a little bit short there because of that. They aren't able to get that going quite as well. That chamber ultimate, it can be really nice because it's a free operator.
Yep.
Most powerful gun in the game.
Looks
Let's
like we're
see
gonna
what
go. We're going
going
50-50.
Yeah. Which is good. Don't hedge your bets here or towards one site. Look like Satanic Monk, all of Florida Tech are looking to drive through for nothing.
Yeah, they think that they're going B, but they're going A.
And that gives up all of their space. They were trying to stop any, because the last time that happened was Bannable was pushing it out by himself and he grabbed 2. But that didn't happen, and now we're...
Yeah, now they have to panic and try to quickly
Okay.
come back.
In they go. And Squevis is going to get a really good kill. Oh, wow. Jay's in a really kind of tight spot here.
He's kind of stuck, unable to really do anything there, which is really
good for one. Hound is using his speed boost to try to get over, using his amp pad to get over as fast as he can. Bannable grabs 1 with the operator.
Yeah, which is what we need right now. We need that player advantage, and we just don't quite have it yet.
Spike goes down. Bannable in a really good place to hold, except when that happens.
Yeah.
You gotta back out a little bit. Well, maybe the normal man Bannable just says, I'm pushing in further, and he grabs 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bannable really coming in clutch for his team here. Getting all those picks that we need.
Ooh, Hound. He's tucked in a really nice spot. He's got so much cover he can play from. Wow.
Oh, Bannable, hold those angles a
It's
little
a Bannable now to make it work.
Oh.
That's 4. He could go for a full ace. So close.
So close.
So just a millimeter away with that grenade that Squevis put down.
Oh, that was such a close round here.
Unfortunate. You needed Hound just to back up just a little bit, maybe play a little bit safer, and you could have done it. But a really strong push from Florida Tech to pump the brakes on this game. A 4-1 would be not what that team wants to see.
Yeah. I do have to say, I love how they are having Bannable just kind of roam around and getting the picks where he can. It's been really beneficial for their team.
I mean, look at it. He's got 11 kills on the board.
Yeah.
We were talking about him needing to have a good game, and this is the game. If there's ever a game for him to show up and go crazy, now is that time, which is exactly what I want to see.
Yes, definitely. Looks like we're going to do a split again.
All right, there goes the Yoru ult. It's going to be committed. Here comes the 1-2, and CMU is ready to adapt for it.
Wow.
Good.
That was
amazing. And they grab him.
Wow.
Jay grabs 2. That's the adaptation they needed in the first map.
They predicted it. They knew that. They knew, okay, it's coming out. Let's jump
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Fool me 3 times. They're not. Central Michigan is not having it. They can't do that anymore. Exactly. I've been saying it since the beginning of this game. I needed to see that adaptation. Ooh, a beautiful TP makes sure that Spad or Mulch is grabbing nothing there. Just slipping out through his fingers, making it a 1v5.
Yeah. And he's stuck. He's stuck with not much to do here.
Yep.
And
I mean, he's just in such a tight spot here.
And now we have 3 ults unlocked too, which is gonna give us an advantage for the next round as well.
3 ults, not quite ways off from all 5. But I mean, you look over at Florida Tech. Florida Tech only has their 2, and so I'll be really interested to see how that works. And I'm so pumped that they were able to adapt to the Yoru ult.
Yeah.
To finally put that to a stop. It needed to happen.
We needed that, definitely.
Okay, here we go. It looks like the Florida Tech really doesn't have much money to work with.
Yeah, could give Central another advantage here.
That's a beautiful flash. It's gonna make it really hard to push. Oh! Mike has grabbed 1 for Bannable. It's gonna be a free gun as that team pushes super far and super fast into the defenders or to the attacker spawn.
Yeah, I don't know if Central Michigan was quite predicting this to happen.
Okay, looked like Hound already took some damage. It's gonna be super low there.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a stabilization now, as he has his ultimate, which you can use to deny that ult so easily.
Looks like they're just gonna try to hold down the fort here.
Wow, Jay with a single point of health is able to kill Juicy. Oh, make it holy!
Spad has a single.
Both of them a single point, and Jay is not done. Oh. Okay, an unfortunate reload, but that is fine.
That 2 people with
2 people,
1 health.
a single point of health. That is crazy.
It shows how valuable a player can be, even if they only have 1 health. They
Yeah.
have their util, they have their gunpowder, they have their aim, and it worked out in Central Michigan's favor.
The only time that any of these players in this entire lobby aren't useful is when they're dead. Just because they've been put into what might cause somebody to go, hold on, I gotta play safe because I only have 1 health. No. Why not? If I'm about to die anyways, I might as well just go in and grab extra, do whatever I can, do as much damage as I can.
Yeah.
And in this case, that did such beautiful work. Bannable all the way up on the weird flank there, way up north.
Yeah, unfortunately, not going to be that beneficial right away.
It's fine. Could give CMU an opportunity to move, but the hunting party is out for Florida Tech. CMU's looking like they're pretty ready for it. Ooh, I was hoping they were going to use the ultimate there. The Brimstone ult to just cook them.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, it looks like they're getting pinched right now.
For sure. Definitely an uncomfortable spot. BeefStroganoff doesn't have his gun out.
Oh.
Still good. Don't pull the gun out again! No!
I'm kind of shocked he made that
Thank
call.
you, Hound.
Thank you, Hound, for cleaning it up.
It looked like an unfortunate misplay there from Florida Tech to stack up like that, just letting the bullets just rip right through him.
Yeah, Yep, interesting calls from both sides here. There's definitely some plays that are questionable.
We talked earlier about wandering, about how, Bannable's kind of just free to roam and wander. It looks like all of these teams are just roaming and wandering, almost a team deathmatch looking up here.
It is so interesting that Florida Tech said, we're just going to hunt you down in your spawn.
Yeah, I mean...
And it almost worked.
It looks like to me to be a play to try to take tempo back. To try to get the tempo in the favor. Satanic Monk is going to grab Bannable. Again, with that beautiful ultimate to deny the defuse. But an entire breach ult for that? You got to secure the round, I suppose.
I guess, yeah.
That's what it takes.
An interesting use of util there.
Yeah, I mean, because to be honest, that breach ult was a death sentence for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for CMU just to finally shut him down 3-5 now. Wow. I mean, okay. We're up ultimates. The tail ult I would love to see in combination with the breach ult. Probably a little overkill because they do a lot of the same things. But would be interesting to see. I've only seen the interaction happen a few times, and I'd love to see it here just to see what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, I wonder if Florida Tech's gonna go on the hunt again.
Bannable, he started off really strong, but he's gone a little bit quiet now. He's only got 12 kills and only 3 points onto his ultimate, which I definitely think we were hoping that he would get that just a little bit faster. Yeah. Get that operator online. BeefStroganoff with his ultimate ready and waiting.
Yep.
He just needs the Q. The rocket flared out. Not gonna get exactly what they wanted as Mike goes down, or Mike kills Bannable.
Yeah, a lot of trading back and forth here with util. Getting kind of stuck here. We're trying to take space.
Mike doesn't quite know what he's shooting at. And the Brim ult for Florida Tech is going to try to deny the spike, but it's already down. Beautiful grenade kill for Jay and Spad grabbing Satanic Monk. Gonna even this out. Swell is saying, it's not done till I say it is. Both of them up there. They climbed the thing hoping they were safe.
And they were not. Wow.
Okay, BeefStroganoff commits his ultimate saying, let's cool off.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do here? You have to do something.
What he can do is use whatever util he has, just like that, to delay. They've got to defuse. He swings! This could be too late.
No,
he gets it. He gets it. He's safe.
4 seconds, dang. Yeah, it's such a close match.
4-5. Central Michigan was in the driver's seat a little bit, but now they have taken a step back.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep this lead, and it's getting way too close.
Getting way too close. We're coming into the end of this half. We could have another 6-6 half here, tied up, which would be an crazy way to end this half. To just have it be so close, where it's like we said at the beginning of this match, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, we've just been seeing so many crazy plays, and it's just really hard to predict here on Fracture exactly where the other players are.
Florida Tech out of ultimates, but CMU still has the breach ult, which could be very useful for getting into this site right here. Not quite. Looks like there's going to be a huge utility usage here to deny that.
Yeah.
Okay, CMU's wise to the roaming players. Coming on the flank, something like that. Satanic Monk is making sure that they've been playing super aggressive. It seems like they took a change of pace and say, we need to just start playing aggressive, start denying as much space as possible. Don't worry about denying space with util, just deny space with our bodies.
Yeah, definitely, and it seems to be working out for them.
For sure, CMU not quite certain how to do that, but it doesn't matter when you got an aim like that.
Yeah.
Bannable now 2 kills away from his operator.
Yeah, it does scare me how much Central Michigan is clumped up though right now.
Spad.
Not knowing he's above.
It's okay. He's covered. There's a wall.
Okay.
It's just a little bit way that it's all designed.
Good.
But that's got to be frustrating to be able to let that crucial pick slip through your fingers like that.
Yeah, definitely. Having those numbers would have been amazing, but...
Yeah, the Yoru ult has been used for Florida Tech. They're looking to set it up. Let's see if CMU... They did great the last time. Never mind. Hound's going to go down. The BeefStroganoff and Bannable are okay with that. They're saying, we're still holding on. It's 3v2.
Yeah. Oh, Bannable. Oh! Getting that.
The Teo basically just landing on his head. There we go. Nice Bannable.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was way too close for comfort. Oh.
Okay, it's 2 rounds left in the half.
Yeah.
Bannable has his ultimate, and he's going to give that up for somebody so they don't have to pay for it. He's using his operator.
Nice.
Yep, that's good. He's gotten 16 kills, the most in the lobby by far. Most on his team by even farther.
Yeah.
He has been doing some crazy work on this chamber. It's a really good game. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from that.
Yeah. And Central Michigan has been adapting here. They realized that Florida Tech was playing aggressively and adapted to that, so it was really nice to see.
Let's see if they can keep that adaptation all the way through the rest of this half, because as this game has taught us, and it's not over yet, they need to be able to keep that going. And an interesting play from Florida Tech, trying to predict a read here up in the north side of the point, north side of the map, gives the point for free. Doesn't look like CMU fully realizes that yet.
Yeah, it's definitely a little scary.
There they go. Figured it out now, and they've got the Yoru going around on the flank. Never mind, I lied. He TP's around.
Yeah. Looks like both teams are just trying to find the right angle to give themselves the advantage, and neither have quite found that yet.
Well, that entire time that happened, not a lot of utility was used, which means so much is going to be happening here to try to deny space. Both teams ready and waiting for the signal to go, waiting for the sign, and Mike grabs one.
Spad getting one.
Okay, Hound. Come on,
Spad,
there
Hound,
it is.
Spad.
Spad, let's go.
Love to see that exchange there. Hound, Spad, Hound, Spad. Going off of each other, able to just destroy the other team, abolish them.
Push right through that. Okay.
And a timeout from that.
Yeah, Spad pushed right through the concuss there. The first time we've seen him be able to do that successfully this entire series.
Yeah.
Just control, bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, beautiful to see there. Just back and forth, being able to get those picks. I can see why Florida Tech called that timeout.
Yeah, that looked like that totally could have gone there. But CMU, Florida Tech tried to just drive the tempo and take over the tempo, but CMU was able to stabilize, especially with the raise that just tried to jump up super fast. They said, hold on, this is our map, this is our point, cut it out. This is our point 4-7. The best case scenario would be a 4-8 double points.
Yeah.
Exactly what we would want.
Yeah, and I just really hope that this timeout does not let Central Michigan lose their momentum. They need that momentum to keep pushing through and to keep winning these games here.
For sure. It's all about tempo, it's all about momentum, and it's all about persistence. It's been a marathon sprint since we started way back in Split.
Yeah.
And let's see, if I was, I would be getting a little tired, but I doubt these guys are. I doubt that our players
They seem to have very high energy right now, which is what you need.
Yeah, they seem to be ready to run all the way to the finish line. But, I say this, with everything that happened on that last map on Haven, you can't count Florida Tech out for anything.
Yeah.
I thought that game was going to be an easy win for CMU, but it went down to the wire, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, just because Florida Tech's down 3 points doesn't mean they are out of this game. It's interesting to see what CMU does here. They're faking presence onto A to get people off. You can see Florida Tech's chamber is ready and waiting, Jizzy, with that operator.
Spad trying to just kind of sneak out here. I am very scared with what's about to happen.
Whoa! Oh. So close. All he needs to do is wait for Bannable to catch up.
Yeah.
He's right there. I don't think he's going to be able to get to it because of the breach that's coming in. Unfortunate. It's going to be a trade, though. Bannable grabs 2 to make sure it's evened out in the way for CMU. And, okay, that also, it's a fake. They say, okay, sure. They do all that presence to force. You can see Florida Tech runs over there trying as fast as they can to get over. Bannable does what they need to.
Yeah, and now they're realizing that they have to quickly try to flee back to
back
A.
and back and forth. Holy cow. It's going to be the Yoru ult invested for Florida Tech, but there's nothing left to secure the ultimate like we've seen before. Drops Hound and Morse grabbing 2. Make it 3. Okay, that's going to be the round.
Yeah, good cleanup from Florida Tech.
7-5 is your score at the half.
Yeah. Not the best, but not the worst. We still are going into the second half with an advantage. It will be interesting to see us changing to defense. how that will change our strategies around, and if we'll be able to handle it. We've been doing pretty good on attack, but I'm hoping that we can keep similar strategies when we go into defense and use those well.
I really want to see. We probably won't see it as much on the attack side, but I want to see Bannable continue to play these off angles and continue to play these weird perspectives that we don't see much, from the rest of the team, because I think that's opening up the point so much for this team. It's opening up, if you think about it like a big pie, you want to control as much of the pie as possible.
Yeah.
Like a pie chart, you want to have as much of that map control, and I think having Bannable off on those other angles keeps Florida Tech guessing, and it keeps the pie in the side of CMU. See what happens here. The doors open up for this. What will be the last pistol round for this game, the last pistol round for this series, and the last pistol round for some of these teams, for these players' careers. Hound grabbing a beautiful opening kill, a headshot onto Satanic Monk.
Yeah, not even getting any damage from that.
In the smoke, it's really difficult to tell what you're looking at, and so Hound is able to take full advantage of that. Spike finally goes down. But with one pick down, it's all about if CMU can continue to convert all the way through this into a round win.
Looks like everybody's just waiting a little bit for some of this util to go down.
Flash goes out. It's going to be the call to go in. Spad and Hound, Bannable. It's all of Central Michigan grabbing kills.
One by one. Jay already working on the defuse.
He could stick this. Okay, and Hound makes sure that he's clear for it.
Hound cleaning up every single time. Love to see it.
Yep, I think what the play was, you're going to have Jay just stick the spike, hold it all the way out, and then you have Bannable and Hound to be able to do what they need to. Continue to just delay for him to get the entire thing clear. That's the pistol round for Central Michigan, which means this very likely could be 9-5.
Yeah. Again, we keep winning these pistol rounds, and it keeps being just the advantage for us every single time, and really getting us up, adding that gap that we need. We really need that gap.
We really need it. It's so. Every time we win the round, every time we get a kill, we just get a little bit closer to the championship win. A little bit closer to the victory.
Yeah.
And full push out here. Jay and the entire defensive team.
Just a sweep. Flawless.
Flawless round. Just completely ready for the defensive
side. That went by so fast.
Yeah. That's the power of a bulldog and a few guns in the hands of Central Michigan.
Again, beautiful, amazing to see.
It's like 4 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah. And keep putting it 9-5, giving us the advantage. We're getting close.
We are getting close.
And remember, we lost on Fracture when we played this team last time, and here we are showing them that we don't want to lose again.
We haven't. We don't want to lose again, and we have come far from where we were the last time we played this. They have learned this map excellently, and I believe that CMU is looking very strong. Okay, they've looking pretty strong, but they're also looking at a misread here. They thought they were going to push out through up into the north, which they haven't done yet, and that's not correct.
And now just nobody really on A. Luckily with Fracture, it's a smaller map, and it's really easy to quickly jump to A.
Florida Tech pushes the go button. They put their pedal to the metal, and they're all in because they realize, okay, they're not here. And it's now up to CMU to play this entire round all about the defuse.
Yeah.
Jay putting out some.
It definitely limits them in time-wise, and I'm scared about that flank here.
Spad grabbing just a few picks there.
Ooh,
not picks, but there's the pick. That's what I'm looking for. Make it 2. So close. Bannable is picking up what he needs to. Beautiful comp that had to be communicated so that Spad knew exactly where to put his crosshair. Now it's a 1v1.
And they know where each other are.
Whoa, you gotta reload, you gotta reload.
21 health.
21 health. The guy's full health, and you gotta defuse. The time's ticking down. Oh, he knows that he's out. Time's up. And okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yep, he was ready. He's possible that the door was opening. Squevis, he's got it. 6-9 now for Central Michigan. Still in the lead. And Bannable has that operator looking to keep it that way.
Yeah.
When you play Chamber, you know how to use that operator. It's your ultimate. You can make that thing work. And I mean, we saw it happen before when he did get his ultimate before, which means he's looking to say, this is... All right, let's stop all this tomfoolery. Let's stop this 1 point we got. Let's get a point back on the board.
I just hope Central is aware of those flanks, because that was kind of the defining factor of that last round, not realizing that somebody was behind them.
Which, I mean, that's been kind of the... Whoa! Holy cow. 28 health with the operators. Really tricky. but it's not out yet. Bannable did miss that shot, which means all of Florida Tech is still healthy.
Yeah.
And I'll save that analysis for later about the rotates as BeefStroganoff grabs one for Mike.
Hound just getting hit with util, kind of getting stuck in this little area here.
Stuck up there in the balcony. So it's fine. I say that. It's not fine.
Not fine. We're getting picked off.
Spat's going to be coming up to try to reinforce here. It's a 4v3, grabbing that operator. You know, the outlaw he had before was fine, but an operator is even better.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pick here evens this up.
Yeah.
BeefStroganoff, Jay, and
they're
they're
just
all
running out of time.
They're
here.
super close, but
Ooh.
yeah, picks are not going their way.
Yeah. Yeah, and Beef getting stuck, kind of having to do a lot here.
If I was him, I would just try to grab that operator and get out of dodge, which I think the operator's a little too deep now because it's down right there. You can kind of see it. Yep.
Ooh.
Okay. Interesting decision to stick that out.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just save, but I suppose if they're not worried too much about money at this point, that's fine.
Yeah, just a little disappointing here.
Definitely 7-9. Florida Tech has found their footing in this attack half. They found, okay, this is kind of the way they need to play this. They understand a little bit the adaptations that they have done about understanding the tempo that they're supposed to play at, understanding the positions that CMU likes to play, and the fact that they're not very good at dealing with the flank. The flank has been kind of following them like a phantom throughout this entire series. It's always something. But there's no flank if you just drive it forward, taking a page out of Florida Tech's playbook.
Yeah, just going into their
fast.
spawn.
Looking to get a kill. Because this was a save as they've all got sheriffs in their hands. They're just looking to deal any kind of damage.
Yeah.
Or just get it over as quick as possible.
Yeah, which is fair.
That's okay. Bannable stole that Vandal, which, I mean, I'd be a little bit annoyed if my teammate just yoinked that out from my fingers. But some damage is good. Squevix, super low. Not low enough to die, though.
3v4 is putting them in a tough position here. Oh, going in with that ult.
Squevix is gonna grab Stroganoff. Okay, Bannable is gonna secure it. Let's see, it's all up to Bannable now. And he had to reload. Such a tragic time for the reload. Puts Florida Tech 1 point away from tying it up.
Which is not in a good place for Central to be. We had that jump, and we see over and over again, Central lets them close the gap.
If you were hoping for a easy map for Central Michigan to maybe find some answer and drive this through, that is not the way this game has played out. One more point puts Florida Tech on a pretty decent, run they're doing here. They've got 4 points in a row, which means Central Michigan needs to do a timeout.
I would love to see a timeout.
They need a timeout, or they need to figure something out right now. Because as the longer that this goes on, the longer that this point drought goes for Central Michigan, the scarier this gets.
Yeah, and now with so many ults online for both teams, we're just going to see so much util here, and it's going to be kind of crazy.
Oh, that's so unlucky that he didn't get the kill there, just right underneath his feet. He was blinded, so he couldn't see. The Brimstone ultimate is getting used for Central Michigan. Try to clear something out. Try to stop that plan. It's assuming it's a default. He's so close.
Yeah, getting
so
some
far.
of the damage.
Down goes the spike. It's gonna Central Michigan still missing a few points. It's missing a few key players to be able to try to get this moving.
Oh.
Concussed.
Concussed. Only so much you can do.
It's now a 2v1 or 1v3. Hound, the closer historically, he could still do it.
Getting stuck in that awful position.
Awful position. It's
Satanic Monk only on 6 health though.
That's what I was hoping. I was really hoping that he was going to be able to grab the 1 because that Satanic Monk would be pretty easy to clear that out. But that's not what happened. It's 9-9.
Yeah, we need a timeout here.
Completely tied up. I totally agree. I
Not
completely agree. I think they should completely take the timeout and cool off. They're running out of cash. Running out of options.
And their confidence, too.
When it matters most.
Yeah.
This matters more than anything.
And our economy is not the best here. It's going to be a tough one to win this round.
It's going to be 4 points left for either side.
Scary close for both.
8 rounds between the two of them. Bannable's going to be picking up an opening just like that. Could be what they're looking for. Squevix, is it a foot on the gas here? Not quite. It's going to be Hound over on the other side. Is the only person ready to receive that Bannable. Kind of in a spot, but not really.
Oh,
There's the spike down.
That pick.
Open Hound. He saw one. He's looking to grab something. Keep it moving.
Man.
Bannable grabs another. That's a 2v. Okay, this is exactly what Central Michigan wanted.
Oh.
Not quite. Juicy grabs the spike. It's down. Stroganoff. Just
One
so
player
close.
left.
It's a 4v. It's a 1v3.
Doing this with their bad economy would be amazing to see here.
9v9. Okay, that's the tail. Okay.
Good.
They
We
committed
needed
the
that.
ultimate that was going to probably kill him anyways.
Good.
10v9.
Good.
They are 3 points away from the peak of these players' career thus far.
Yeah. That was so close and kind of chaotic. Just seeing people running in and out of the smokes here. It was just a game of like cat and mouse almost, jumping in and out.
This grand finals has been everything I wanted it to be. This has been the most electric, the most exciting, the most exhilarating match I could have ever expected it to be. And I have no idea what's going to happen here because as Central Michigan could have a little bit of momentum, Florida Tech could come out swinging and just shut it down like that.
Yeah.
So fast, but we have no idea. As soon as these doors open, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Hound.
Ooh,
Okay.
Good pick from Hound.
Mm-hmm. It's been Central Michigan. They had that aggression pushed against them, against their favor pretty frequently, and now it seems like Hound kind of knows what he can do, what he can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
Mike flashing himself is going to make it a little tricky.
Yeah.
Mike always good for a kill.
Yeah. Leaving it be a 4v4, just a lot of like waiting back and forth. Looks like they might be trying to rotate a little bit more towards B.
Mike is on the zip line. He's going to be going across. There are people there to check him.
Yeah, which is what we need.
We need that to happen. As they're going over to B, Spad is the person who could shoot him in the back. And he's got it. There we go.
We needed that pick here.
We needed that. That's exactly what we wanted because it's every possible angle cover. We can't have the people stabbing us in the back this close. Satanic Monk is always there for a kill on Jay. But they're denying the plant just a little bit, wasting time.
Yep.
Teo's so good for that. So good for blocking the thing, but he's down now. Okay, Spad's good for a kill to keep it even. It's a 2v2.
Now that spike is planted, they have to do something about it. And
Spad, it looks like Spad's answer for doing something about it is his ultimate. You saw his 2 hands there with no gun, but only the power of an earthquake to be able to shake Florida Tech off of this site.
Oh, able to connect that while being flashed.
That was
amazing.
He probably had like 2 frames. Oh, get out of there. Okay, it's fine. Bannable still has the cover if Mulch tries to take this aggressively. He did get half. The blind is good. It's 11-9 here for Central Michigan.
Close round there.
2 left. If Florida Tech was going to rally, it has to happen now because an overtime game is the only thing they can do, and there's the timeout.
Yeah, I kind of am shocked that Central Michigan never did a timeout, but hey, this gives them time to be like, okay, we got our momentum back a little bit. Let's keep that gap. Let's get to match point. And I hope that Central can do that.
That match point is 1 round away.
Yeah.
Which means they are 2 rounds away
from winning it.
From
winning
the grand finals, being the champions that I know this team deserves to be.
Yeah, and have we ever seen this before? Have we ever gotten first?
Not in the Valorant team since this team has been in this shape. Other teams before in Central Michigan history have gotten championships before in their history, but not this team, not these players.
That makes sense.
Which means that they have everything to prove and the world to impress.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, it's which we've seen historically throughout the series. Every time we take a timeout, the momentum shifts.
Yep, definitely, and I am scared about that.
I need CMU to be able to respond to that appropriately. I need them to be able to rally together, to be able to stand strong about whatever Florida Tech has in their back pocket right now. Let's take that back pocket, maybe a split push to B from north and south.
Yeah.
To see who's ready to
Oh,
receive.
looks like they're going to go more from north here.
Which is the first time that's happened. We haven't seen that happen this game.
Yeah, they're anticipating an A push.
If you look with where our team is aimed, it's not there. Set up A. Okay, and that's a fully open site now.
Yeah,
sound. Oh, he tried to get the skill orb to be able to get his ultimate, but he paid for it with his life. good for Bannable to be able to shut that down.
Hopefully he knows that so many members are just there.
Sad. With his ultimate online, Bannable 1 kill away from his.
Ooh.
That's so crazy. He doesn't get the kill there. The concuss.
Yeah.
Keeping him even. It looks like Florida Tech, the timeout might not have been enough as the CMU grabs 2.
Yeah.
It's 2 on 2. Flash is good. It's going to tell a little bit what's going on.
Oh.
Okay, and the Yoru's invisible. He's coming up to stab Jay in the back.
Will he anticipate it is the question.
Strogonoff, it's going to be good. Mike comes out of the invis and grabs his. Okay, the spike's got to go down. Strogonoff doesn't know where he's at. He hears the footsteps. But the box is obscuring the vision. It's not good.
Having to try to reload, and it just not good timing.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, if Strogonoff is able to just get a few steps over to be able to get clear vision, maybe he gets it, but I don't even think he would have been able to. I think, unfortunately, the spike
was going to go off.
The timing was too late. Central Michigan took a little bit too long to try to defuse that spike.
We need to win this next round to make sure that we don't go into overtime. Like, it's getting close.
It's one more round, and then we are facing overtime down the barrel of this gun. But wow. Yeah. It's every single one of these games has been exactly what we were told it was going to be. It's been tooth and nail. Not quite a pick.
Yeah, escaping with his life. We do have 2 ults online, which could be beneficial.
I would rather scare Florida Tech and cause them to slow down than lose our lifespan. Grabs Satanic Monk. Bannable grabs Mike.
We're looking good right here.
A beautiful way to start this, but they have to hold out. Florida Tech's clutch factor has been crazy this game.
Yeah.
Which means this is still not a 1 round, even though we're 2 up.
Ooh, it looks like Hound's about to come face to face with the other player, knowing that he's there.
So close. Oh, he's really pinched now.
He's pinched.
With all the world against him.
Luckily, he can tell his teammates where those 2 players are.
Give them all the intel. The ragtag of what is left of Florida Tech packs such a punch to be able to drive Central Michigan back. Make them pay attention.
Looks like they're going to try to go on B.
I would not be surprised if the Rays uses their ultimate here to be able to secure a kill. Jake grabs 1.
Oh, misses.
And goes to 2. That's 2. Oh. So close, Bannable. There it is.
Perfect.
Match point for your Central Michigan Chippewas.
They just need 1 more to win.
One more.
One.
With 2 ultimates online, the Breach and the Brim. That's such power to be able to stop the spike here. I mean, we haven't seen it happen twice, where the Brimstone is able to stop the plant. It basically covers the entirety of the spike plant area. You can delay, which is exactly what the defense needs to do.
Yeah.
Or, your Brimstone makes it really easy to take the point. There's so much that they can do with this ultimate. Yeah. It's all about how they can play it. It looks like Florida Tech is a ways away from their ultimates besides the one
raise which could be good, but you can only do so much with the raise ult.
Bannibal's going to go down. Not the way Central Michigan wants to start their what could be the penultimate round.
Luckily, everybody who's still alive has their ults.
BeefStroganoff standing by, ready to delay that plant as a good Teo player does.
Yeah, just pressure coming down. He knows where some of them are.
And, I mean, look at the map control that Florida Tech has. They're everywhere. They're on B, they're on A, they're high and they're low.
Yeah, Central's stuck in mid.
They're stuck in the defender's spawn with not too much space to pick from. They gotta push out. They gotta get bold. But as soon as they try to do that, Juicy's there for the response.
Yeah.
Bad is gonna be able to pick it. Keeping it even, or not even, but so close to it. One nice, clean play. Both those ultimates could be what they need to win this. There's the use of the Brimstone ult. It's going to clear the site, but there's nobody there. That's the worst case scenario because they needed that to clear.
Yeah.
Needed that to give them time. BeefStroganoff grabs 1. Make it 2. BeefStroganoff looking to clear this out. This could be the championship win. There's only 2 players left. It's a 2v2. Both of it's the exact... Okay.
Please don't stack up.
The class... it's got to be Hound. He's been the closer before. He needs to do it now. If he's going to close out, it's going to be here. He tried to get aggressive. That's 1. Not quite 2. 11-12. We're going to an overtime.
Yeah. Really unfortunate. Luckily, we still have the one game.
Pardon. Yeah, you're right.
1 game advantage.
We're 1 point left.
We should be able to not go into overtime if we win this next one, right?
Yes.
Is that how that works? Okay.
If we win this, we're clear. That's all we need is one. But after that, an overtime scenario completely changes the way this game's played.
And using that Brimstone ult and getting no benefit out of it was just devastating to see there.
Florida Tech holding on by the skin of their teeth, bare fingernails, with every possible ounce of strength that is left after this marathon of a game. It's going to be Bannable, left to hold off. He's got a TP out. Okay, great use of the abilities from the chamber to be able to protect himself.
Hound, I'm hoping
Hound
he's
knows.
ready for this.
He knows.
Oh, I'm
He's
just
not quite ready.
able to get it.
Sent Florida Tech looking to drive this up. They're not ready to quit.
They want to go into this overtime.
They're not ready to be done. BeefStroganoff. Oh, so close. Just
every time, just not being able to get them.
The TPs here have been so crazy. Bannable's good. He's ready for it. Just a little bit of a better angle than Juicy. He's got to rotate, turn his camera more.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay uses his ultimate, but there's nobody there to send that rocket. That rocket's red glare flying down the strip. Perhaps one. Bannable for two. It's a 2v2 once again. If it was anybody to do it, Bannable is your man. BeefStroganoff's going to be defusing. It's got to happen.
Oh, using that. Oh, shoot.
Down goes the ultimate from Brimstone. Time's ticking. It's an overtime scenario, which is, I mean,
we did not want that.
We don't want it, but Florida Tech does.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain how this overtime works. They need to win by 2.
By 2.
Doesn't matter what, they need to win by 2. Every time, their ultimates, everybody's ultimates are cut in half, basically. And so, you know, or not quite half, but they only need a few picks to 3. They only need 3 kills to be able to get their ultimates, but that resets every time.
Yeah.
So an ultimate, you can't guarantee on building an ultimate. It's got to be skilled. It's got to be playing it tight twice.
Yeah,
Gotta do it 2 times in a row.
Yeah, this could go on for a while here.
This could go on forever. If these 2 teams have been so evenly matched, I cannot imagine a better way to finish this grand finals with an overtime scenario.
Yeah, just really stressful for Central Michigan here. They have to feel the pressure. Now on offense too, just switching it up. It's gonna be a weird play here.
Doors drop. And CMU looks to start this off, this first overtime scenario, the first overtime round off. Strong Bannable, swinging wide. He knows when you're on attack, you can roam and wander.
Yep.
As far as your heart desires.
We have seen really good things from attack, from Central, so I'm hoping that we can still see them here, hoping that they still have it.
This is the absolute most incredible game of Valorant I've ever seen in my life. These 2 teams are so close, and it has to be played perfect from here out, because every time you lose a round, you reset.
Yep.
Or you go down 1. And either one is terrifying.
Yeah.
You swing out. Looks like Florida Tech is
getting 1 first blood.
Yeah.
But we are able to
Spencer is grabbing 2, meaning it's not even. It's not even. Out comes the swing. Move as fast as you can, Central Michigan.
Ooh,
but Mike's ready to catch you if you can.
3v3, not looking too hot. We really need to plant.
Down goes. Not bad. Mike
is ready. Oh!
Not ready enough. Those 2 picks is exactly what Bannable needs. He has his operator, which could be the difference maker. It could be the piece that Central Michigan needs to win this round. It's a 3v2 now. And every pick gets Central Michigan a little bit closer to ultimate. Florida Tech trying to wrap around. Bannable not quite ready for it. There he goes.
Oh, there we go.
That's 1 more.
Just needs 1. Ready for it.
The only thing that's left is mulch against the world.
Oh, beautiful.
There we go.
That gun is so oppressive here, and we got to see it. We just need to win 1 more game.
If Bannable does that, again, that exact same thing, that's it. He's gotten 35 kills.
That's crazy.
He has been dominant this game. That is obscene.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say stop, but I don't want him to stop anytime soon because Bannable has been the man to watch this game.
Yeah.
He has been, and this is, I mean, to talk about his story, he's the team who has been, he's been the leader of this team, and this is exactly how you lead by example. 35 kills and the confidence you need to keep your team moving forward. Bannable, they're in the driver's seat. Central Michigan thinks they can take the advantage fast. Drive through quick.
Ooh. Oh, Jay getting caught off guard.
Not quite exactly what they want.
Bannable
Trades go out. Florida Tech down 2, make it 1. It's only this. This could be the end of the game.
Florida Tech just having one player
Spats
left.
got it! He's in it! That's the end! Your Central Michigan Chippewas are the champions
Grand finalists, we did it!
of your Nace tournament. The first time in a long time that Central Michigan has been able to take home a championship like this. An incredible game.
And you can just see them celebrating here. Amazing victory here. Amazing
Incredible
to see.
game. To say that they earned it is an understatement because every single play was
Yes.
perfect. Bannable playing out of his mind when his
Yes.
team needed him. Jay going crazy. Everything was
Yes.
perfect to be able to win.
Beautiful.
Holy
Yes,
smokes.
those last 2 rounds is what we needed to see, and we saw it. And
1-2.
we saw them wrap it up. And
To-
we saw them win on Fracture when they were not able to do that in the past, and that's what we needed.
Exactly what we needed. I mean, what a way to take to put, if Florida Tech was feeling maybe confident about that, to shut them down.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
An incredible game.
Incredible.
An incredible series.
Yes.
And just a It's
Yeah, it was just so amazing, and I'm so glad that you guys got to witness this too. I'm so glad that you guys
I'm
were watching.
so happy that you were able to take a look at this incredible game. It's been a long time coming for these players.
They deserve this.
Deserve this. And originally, I think way back to when this team started, which I'll talk about more in my interview with Jay, this team has improved so much.
Yes.
And I from getting kind of handed to me way back, you can go back and watch older games. This is the team that's improved so much.
Yeah.
To be able to really show up and take that championship. We're going to be right back with that interview. I want to thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for tuning along.
Yes,
I'm
and please
VGL.
watch the interview. It will be amazing.
I'm VGL Bobcat Chapman from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm Carly, and please stay tuned for the interview. We'll catch you in a little bit.
We'll be right back. Thank you so much for tuning in. What a game. What a game. Be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is VGL Bobcat. I am here joined by the one and only Jay.
That's me.
First of all, right there, man. Good job. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
That's got to be, to have it go that close, every single one of those, I cannot imagine having the mental fortitude to stay in it the entire way. Talk a little bit about what that's like to stay completely locked in, completely 100% focused for, what's it been? It's almost 10 o'clock. That's been almost 4 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, it was a long day, especially, me and Spencer Spad, we've been playing ranked for the last, 7 hours, so.
Wow, so yeah, you guys were putting in the work.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 hours, that is, to say that you guys were not prepping for this ahead of time, I mean, and it showed you guys were so clean. All that preparation to get completely warmed up, completely locked in, showed off really well.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate you guys, because wow, that is incredible work. You've been on this team for all 4 years of your college career, right?
3 years.
3 years. All right, but still, so the entire time that I've been watching you, I've seen you guys grow so much, and I mean, you guys have had such highs, such lows. Can you talk a little bit about what that means personally for you as a player of this victory?
Yeah, going from my first semester on the team, we won 0 games, and now we just went undefeated in our league and won the grand finals. So, I mean, seeing that growth throughout the team and seeing all the iterations we've gone through, it's been a lot to me. Just having this interaction with the team and especially my captain Michael. We've grown through a lot of different adversities, and I'm glad we were able to get the grand finals here.
Yeah. I really liked this. When we played that first map, or that second map on Haven, that was a return to form for you guys.
Yeah.
Because when I think way back to those original games, I think about you going crazy on Jen. I think about Michael doing some nasty work on the Omens. It was so cool to see you go back to your roots and really be able to drive that home like that. Can you talk about when you were playing Haven? You had that 5-map lead. Once it started to slip a little bit, what was the mentality of you guys? Because you guys were riding high. I saw the webcam. You were going crazy.
Yeah. When
you start to slip like that, what was that? Whoa! What's that like to be in that spot?
Yeah,
how do you refocus and recenter yourself back down to earth?
For sure. Yeah, I think you know more than anyone that we are a very snowballing team. When we start winning, we get hype.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the time when that happens, we start overheating, taking swings we probably shouldn't. And so I think Scott, our new addition this semester, has really helped in like, okay guys, pause. We need to slow down. The game's not won yet. We're not done yet. We need to take these fights smart. And
I think that voice of reason was super beneficial because you're right. I have seen you guys overheat and do some crazy work. I'm like, whoa. but I didn't see that. And there were times where it was like they could do it, but you guys held reserved. You didn't let that get to your head too much. And I think that was really the difference. I mean, Hound did some crazy held it down when it mattered most. He was a crazy anchor to be able to secure a lot of those rounds for you guys. On that last map, focusing on that win, that last round, when you were like, oh whoa, this is it, we got it.
Yeah.
That lead up there, what was that like for you?
The last map, personally, I wasn't doing great, but when I was spectating my team that last round and I saw, we have a 2-person advantage, we're flooding this guy, and I was like, we won.
That's it.
We did it.
Yeah.
There is no winning for them. Like, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
It was this rush of euphoria that it's unrivaled. It was awesome.
I imagine. That was such that was such an incredible feeling for me. I can't even imagine what you guys were actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
Were you guys worried at all when you went into the overtime? Because overtime can be really, really scary to be kind of teetering on that balance beam a little bit. Were you guys worried at all?
I personally wasn't, because I knew attack was such a strong half for us. We had Michael especially, and he was going crazy.
Oh, he
attack
36 kills, 37. He did some nasty.
Attack is his half on Fracture. So once we saw that we were in overtime and attack was first, I knew that we were gonna be able to pull it through.
Right on.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Now you're graduating. This is the last time that we're gonna be able to see you playing. Do you have any other? I don't imagine you have too many other ideas about continuing to play Valorant competitively, do you?
No, maybe not competitively. I do want to go back into Rocket League a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, before I came to college, I was a Tier 3 Rocket League player.
Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of abandoned that to go play some Valorant, and maybe I'll come back and see what I can get done.
That'd be cool. I dig you. I dig watching you play some of that. I don't know if we'd be able to bring you back in, but some Rocket League. Because I remember the times I've seen you play Rocket League. You're pretty good at Rocket League.
Yeah.
Dust off the controller.
Yeah.
Is there, this is the last, like I said, this is the last time we're going to be able to see you. Is there anything you want to say to everybody who's been supporting us, who's been watching us all the way through this?
Yeah.
Anybody you want to shout out or anything?
My dad, he has watched every single one of our matches that gets streamed, and when we're not streamed, he watches from my point of view, and I just want to say thank you, because having you watching me just fuels me to keep getting better, and it really helped me to motivate me even when I wasn't feeling like, this game sucks. It really motivated me to keep playing.
For sure. I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting us, because this stuff's crazy, and with your guys' support, we couldn't do it without you. I want to thank everybody, and I imagine throughout your time playing, I mean that first season where you didn't win a single game, you kept going though, and I wanted to say that to everybody out there is if you run into something like that where you have a really rough season, I don't want you to give up, because you could be here, you can be here winning that championship. You just got to keep trying, and you got to keep pushing. I know I used to compete myself, and I only could imagine what it would have been like to be in your shoes. I want to tell everybody you can get there, and I want you to keep trying. I want you to keep trying to get better. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is VGL Bobcat. On behalf of all of Central Michigan Esports, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you all have a good night, and thank you for watching.